Back home again. Back home again in Indy. Back
Live from Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the corner of 16th Street in Georgetown. Well, since this historic track that has been here for, well, over 100 years, we've had over 100 Indianapolis 500s. But tonight, we have the third running of the LMCgear.com iRacing Indy Car Series from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It is the Indianapolis 250 powered by Grublets on ice. We welcome you in to this mecca of motorsports. It is Indianapolis Motor Speedway, this 2.5-mile track, as we have 79 degrees out on the track right now, 74% humidity, which means that's a pretty decent amount of moisture out there, 7-mile-an-hour winds out there on this course. So it's going to be some great racing here this evening, and it has caused a little bit of a stir-up out there as we've had some wrecks. We've had all types of different practicing going on and qualifying laps and just what has been a lot of fun so far on the track. I am the captain, Chris Scala, with you, and well, normally I'm joined up here in the pagoda by Gary Gonzo. Well, Gary, we decided to change things up a little bit. It's Indianapolis, so we're on the air a couple minutes earlier, and Gary is actually right there on the screen. Yeah, we're in his car right now. The 51 of Gary Gonzo is actually running practice laps with the field. Gary, are you having fun?
You know, I was so excited about this race. I couldn't possibly let it go without getting some track time with these guys. And we had some pretty good practice sessions, 3 practice sessions, but just not a full track like it is right now to get a full feel what's going on. And I want to better explain to everybody. There we got a little bit of some loose there in turn 4, and he's going to bounce off the inside wall. So I'm just having a blast. I got a good feel of the car. I can definitely tell you what's going on. I got someone coming up behind me. That's Wesley Johnson, our Homestead winner, and one of my teammates with Driveline. He just blew me off the road there. But we got a lot of combination of people in race config. We got a lot of people here in qualification config. The aero push is wicked. The race setup is going to be interesting. It's going to be a matter of who can keep it together for 100 laps. And if you remember last time, we went the first 99 caution-free. I don't know if we're going to do it this time. I think it's a little bit more of a challenge.
I don't think we're going to have the surprises that we had last year. But yeah, talk about some of the effects that could be. I'm looking out there on the track. I see a lot of rubber down in the corners. Obviously, it's 74 degrees. We got a lot of humidity, 75%. That means dew points are looking roughly about 50 degrees, which means there's a little bit of moisture in the air. Could that be playing a factor in all this?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we got a little bit of turbulence. You said you got some wind. I'm looking at the flags. And they are going from west to east, so that means we're getting blown into the wall in turn 2, which really explains my performance in turn 2, and it also kind of explains why you get a little bit of a twitch coming off of turn 4 because that wind's hitting that rear spoiler and starting to push that car around, and you don't really want that. Atmospheric conditions are definitely going to play a role. The track's got nothing but hotter and hotter and hotter. It's got more rubber and rubber and rubber. It's going to be interesting when these guys come flying down here to take turn 1, lap 1 with the green flag, how they're going to keep it together. And there we go. Got another car coming loose in front of me.
So the one thing about this track is it is a rectangle. You know, obviously all 4 corners are, banked the same. They're all 90-degree corners, but they drive totally different. Explain that, because you're coming up here in the North Chute right now into turn 3.
A lot of it's psychological, because mathematically speaking, they're every bit of identical. But the way that the track is configured with the stands, like I'm coming down the main stretch here, and I'm literally going into a tunnel. The atmospheric conditions of wind are not going to affect me because I have stands on both sides. Now, as soon as I pop out right here, this is where the wind starts to hit me. I'm a little bit loose coming out of turn 1. Now I'm starting to feel push in turn 2. I'm starting to get off a little bit on the accelerator there. It's because of these big grandstands that really affects the swirling winds in these corners, and sometimes each one of these corners acts a little bit different. It's almost like Pocono, where actually Pocono has 3 different corners. It's Indianapolis, and it's really hard to explain to someone. It's like, yeah, each one could drive a little bit different. I can tell you right now, my best corner is turn 3 right now. And my worst corner is it's feeling like it's turn 2.
So what do you expect tonight? Let's talk about this race. 100 laps, 250 miles of some of the best drivers here in this series. What are we going to see out here tonight?
I was talking with my teammate from last year, Rick, and he and I were doing some laps earlier in the session just to give him some stick time behind some cars. And it's really the strategy is with fresh tires, get up front, run like hell, and then hold your position as the tires wear off and make it to the pit stop. So you're going to see a little bit of pack racing, probably the first half of the stints. And then after that, you're going to start seeing people that can manage their weight bars, or excuse me, their anti-roll bars and their weight jacker. And then you're going to see the others that can't, and they're going to go to the back.
Well, that's going to be a lot of fun, Gary. We're going to let you go and get yourself relaxed and run a few more laps there, and we'll get you up here in the pagoda, and we'll have to put a suit and tie on you or something. I mean, whatever. We'll make it work.
Well, I'm figuring just get me a cold thing of milk, and that's a good way to start the night off.
Nice. There you go. Let's get the man some milk. So, hey, appreciate you joining us here. We'll see you in the booth here in just a little bit. Go enjoy some laps and don't wreck the car.
Copy that.
All right, Gary Godso joining us out there on track. So there you go, an on-track interview with the guy who's calling the race with me. You don't get that often, do you? That's a pretty cool deal right there. So let's go over everything in shape for this race. As you know, tonight is the Indianapolis 250 and is brought to you by the Grublets on Ice. So we're going to have them up in the booth here just a little bit. We'll talk to them here in a couple minutes. So as soon as they get here, we'll pull them up and get you excited for all of that. Also, let's talk about what all has happened throughout. So let's go over the schedule real quickly for what we're looking at the rest of the season. Of course, tonight is Indianapolis. This is race number 6. I actually said race 5. It's race 6 of the season. So I got to correct myself in the thing down there on YouTube, so forgive me of that. But race 600 laps here at Indianapolis. Next week we'll hit the circuit Gilles Villeneuve for 45 laps of racing. Daytona, Road Atlanta, and Le Mans is on the schedule, so we'll look at that. Taking a look at the pole awards so far this season. Isaac Morris made his return strong last week in Monza. He won the pole, becoming the fourth pole award winner on the season. Points-wise, you see Alex Van de Sant. He continues to lead the points. He has been Mr. Consistent. Caleb Bensi is 87 points there. He is 1 point back. The rookie looking to make a charge for the championship, and he is looking strong here tonight also. Craig Forsyth, Dakota DeMed, Cohen Evans. How about this? The top 6 cars all within 6 points of the championship lead. So that is a pretty good deal there. And then let's take a look at the team standings. LMC Gear kind of running away a little bit over Driveline SimSport. We'll keep track of that right now with 236 points. So a lot of big things going on here tonight. A lot of points on the line. And it's going to be a lot of great racing here this evening. The format tonight, they are going to go for another 9 minutes and then 4 laps of qualifying. However, they're not able to do the 4 average laps. They tried to do it. But iRacing is still working on a glitch where the cars actually won't grid when they do that, or else we'd be able to do the 4 average laps, as somebody's rail sliding up there, would be able to do the 4 average laps in the qualifying field. So unfortunately, though, not happening here this evening. Still looking for the guys, as hopefully we'll get them on here before this race starts. Got 12 viewers already. Appreciate you guys. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, and you can come join us for this Indianapolis 250. Again, the big race here for this LMCgear.com iRacing Indy Car Series. Appreciate all of you joining us tonight, and feel free to chat it up if you're in chat, because we like to chat with you. Yeah, I'm definitely one that likes to chat with my viewers. Don't mind me just multitasking. I forgot to send a link to a buddy of mine who likes to watch these races here in Georgia. So I do want to say real quickly, hopefully everybody's doing well. Obviously a little chillier up there in the Midwest. We down here in Georgia actually survived a tropical storm up here in my area. Woke up at 5 a.m. to winds of about 50 to 70 miles an hour. And hey, there's everybody. Hello, guys. And yeah, got a free extra hour of sleep actually that day. So, but everything is good here. Got some tree damage and stuff around the city, but everybody's good is here. So, but looking forward to some great racing on the way here. In a few minutes, Gary's going to come back here and join us as we got 7 minutes of practice left in this race. Now, last season, you heard the twist as they were talking about it. Oh, the team's actually playing a game right now. I just got word. I guess they kind of can't do an interview in the middle of a game. So we're actually going to pull up. Let's pull up Chris Lewis and Colby. That's funny right there now. Give me 1 second. We'll get them up here as they're going to come join us, and we'll have some fun with it. Gotta love live TV here. All right, got Chris and Colby with us. I guess that is one small factor that could keep everything from happening interview-wise is they're kind of in a game right now.
I thought you said this isn't a game.
Well, it's always a game. Well, this is a sim. I'm talking about what the Grublets on ice are doing tonight. They're out there playing a game right now. So actually, Chris Lewis, who is the man running the whole show. Yeah, see, Gary, you see, that's what happens. You're getting nosy and listening in your little earpiece there, which, as you're getting out of the car, showering, or whatever you're doing coming up to the pagoda. But Chris Lewis and Colby Wells, they join us now. Of course, Chris Lewis, the owner of iRacing, and he's got his team in the field. Colby Wells here also. Let's talk about these Grublets on ice. For somebody like me that, I'm going to be honest, until, you mentioned this sponsor, I never heard of them, so I had to do some research on them and stuff like that. Who are the Grublets on ice?
These guys are probably some of the coolest people I've ever met in my life. They play hockey on Xbox. They've played together since 2014. These guys are they love each other, and that's, the best way I can put it. They have people from Brazil playing with them. They play about every night. These guys are really, really good. Colby actually jumped in a game, and I've jumped in a couple of games. And I love playing with these guys. They're out and they have fun. They're wanting to start to get really big with this, and they're getting close to it. So they threw on the sponsorship for this race, and kind of excited for them.
That is really cool. So I assume they're playing NHL 21 or some sort of version?
Yep.
That is really cool. So how do we get to watch these guys? Because I might have to go check out like one of their games. I assume they're being streamed somewhere or something like that?
They are. They're starting to get that going. It's going to be on their YouTube channel. And so if you want to go over there and look at a couple of them, Zach Brogg is actually the guy that is going to be doing the streaming, and a big shout out to him. And also Dave Russell, who I know who's watching, and Frenchie. Gotta say hi to Frenchie. All
right, we need to make sure those guys do their best Doc Emmerich impersonation when they're calling these games, because Doc Emmerich is the man. Let's just go all the way. Doc Emmerich, believe it or not, actually started or worked in his radio career up in Marion, Indiana, up there at those stations that are partners with where I used to work in Kokomo. I actually did not know this till I researched on Wikipedia one day, but Doc Emmerich actually did radio in Marion before going to Fort Wayne, and well, we all know where he went after that, NBC and stuff, so he did a pretty big deal. Well, this is a really cool thing, because I assume they take on other teams online, or is this something where they just go and play and have a good time?
They take on other teams online. They play in a pretty big league. They do a really good job with it. They've won a couple of championships, so big plus to them.
Is it the E Stanley Cup?
I don't know what they call it, to be honest with you. I probably should have asked that.
Nah, it was just a joke question, because obviously it's online. So, you're also doing something kind of cool tonight, and I see you got a special guest in here that's going to be driving a special car on the pace lap.
I sure do. Landon is going to be driving the Grublets car tonight, so he's been excited about it all week, and he's been kind of joking that on the green flag, he's just going to floor it.
Landon, have you ever driven one of these Cup cars?
First time.
Well, the good
Real
news,
excited.
The good news is with the Indianapolis package, it is the 550 setup, they call it. So you only have 550 horsepower to mess with instead of the usual 700. So the throttle reaction. Hey, matter of fact, you're going out for a lap yourself, it looks like here.
I'm planning on winning this race. I don't know what you guys are thinking.
Uh-oh, we might have to pull another Richard Petty at Southern 500 a couple years ago where we had to black flag him because he wouldn't take his old 43 car off the track to start the race. But hey, we're going to go ride with Landon here for a second. He goes out here for some practice laps. I was going to say, if you see Gary still out there, I don't think he's on the track anymore, but hit him.
I can do that. I wouldn't be iRacing.
There we are. We're looking at you now in the car. I know you can't kind of virtually wave, but let's talk us through what you're feeling as you're driving this car. I got to hear this.
Usually the back end wants to step out, and you kind of just got to let it. Once it sets, it'll kind of go through the corner and do what you need to do. But compared to these Indy cars, this thing's like a brick racing around here.
Yeah, it pretty much is. I guess that's the reason they're going to be on the road course come next season. But needless to say, we're looking forward to. We'll talk to you before the pace lap here, or during the pace lap, and get your feelings on wreck it. But we'll get to talk to you before the race.
All right, sounds good.
All right, thanks, Landon. Hey, Chris, Colby, you guys, good luck tonight. We appreciate you coming on, and we look forward to representing the Grublets on ice. And I'm going to have to go watch one of their hockey matches. They don't call them games, right?
Yeah, nobody calls the game, but you'll be able to hear them talking during the game. They do a great job. They joke around the whole time. But wish me luck tonight. I haven't drove one of these Indy cars in the last Indy, so this is going to be a disaster.
Well, the good news is, though, as Landon, those cars are a little faster, unfortunately. But the good news is on the standings tonight, you will not finish last because since Gary entered the room, he'll finish last.
All right.
I just hope I don't wreck it on lap one.
All right, you'll be fine. Just work the jacker, like Gary says. But hey, good luck, guys. Good luck to you, Colby, and you guys go get your qualifying laps in.
Sounds good. Thank you, man. And big shout out to iRacing and Carrie tonight.
Hello, Carrie.
There you go. That is Chris Lewis and Colby Wells. If you guys want to move yourselves down to your channel, you can go ahead and do that. But getting ready for the race here, Gary. They're about to qualify 4 laps. I think you're here, right? You made it to the booth. I'm looking around for you. He was here a second ago.
I've just popped out.
Oh, there he is. So Gary is here getting ready for qualifying. And as usual, we'll put the black bar down there at the bottom. So what's it like? I got to ask the obvious question. What's it like getting out of the car?
I really want. It's like you were talking about Richard Petty taking the extra lap. Yeah, I definitely wanted to stay in. I've had a good week in the iRacing, and I feel like I could probably continue it here with all my corporate teammates and everything. But no, really, I'm excited to be in the booth with you guys and bringing this to everybody at home. We got a lot of history and lore and stories to talk about over the course of the next 100 laps. I'm just thrilled as all hell. Pardon my French, to be here with you and everyone else today at Indianapolis.
It is going to be a lot of fun as we watch these cars come around the track here. We're looking at Dakota DeMed right now, the driver who's done a pretty good job throughout this season. He's had some good finishes, had a good run last week in Monza, a top 5 finish for him. He's going to be the first one to cross the line, and as usual on our screen, when it turns purple, that means that person is on a pole lap. When it turns green, he's on a faster lap. And then when it's yellow, that means obviously the laps either the same or slower. And I'm starting to notice a cloud coming over the track here. That could play a role here.
Oh, yeah. That's a fortunate bit of shade. This is one of my corporate teammates with Driveline. We ran a ton of laps last night. He is definitely well-to-do with the race setup. He handles real well. He actually ran some iRacing Series races back when they were scheduled in May when we thought we were going to have the real 500. And he won 3 of them, and one of them included him coming back from 32nd position to win that race. You need to watch this guy come race time.
I think there's going to be a lot of guys to watch, including Caleb Bensley, who just went to the pole at a 39.2. Are you going to see time slow down? Or do you think they're going to go faster as they go here?
I'm going to say it all depends on who the driver is, really. Your first lap is going to be okay. Your second lap is going to be your fastest lap. The league is giving you 4 to run. You don't have to complete 4. You just need to do 2, and it'll take the fastest of the 2. But they give you the 2 extra just in case you need to. You spin out, got to hit the pits, get new tires on, whatever, reset, whatever. So it's going to be the second lap for everybody. It's going to be their fastest lap, and that's really the experience I had too. And I think we're going to see a lot of that right now as the second lap improves for a lot of folks.
Yeah, Bensi went 39.18 on that lap, and he calls it quits after 2 laps. But yeah, they tried the 4-lap format. Unfortunately, there's still a glitch in iRacing, unfortunately, that some reason the cars do not grid after, like if there's no heat racing or things like that. So it's an unfortunate deal here. Hey, how about this Marlboro throwback car of Charles Teed, the 72 car? He was fastest in practice. He's P3 by 6/100ths right now as he comes off of turn 4, and we'll see what kind of lap he throws down here.
We got a couple throwback Indy cars.
Oh, Van der Sant to the front. Sorry.
There we go. There we go. We got not only we have the Team Penske livery here, but we also have a 1992 Al Unser Jr. livery driven by one of my teammates from the stock car world, Scott Barkman, who just put in a good lap.
Barkman right now in the 17th position. Alex Van der Sant, the winner from last season, he is on the pole right now. Isaac Morris is out there trying to get another lap in. Isaac coming off his win at Monza in his first race of the season. He is 8/1000ths off. No, he's not. To the front, 39.1. So does Van der Sant try to go back out for that last lap?
I wouldn't. The tires are probably spin at this point. If that's a second lap, he's not going to get any better on the third.
Yeah, Cohen Evans.
Now you got to watch Rick. Okay, here's the one we need to watch. Rick right here.
Oh,
Rick.
The guy that.
I'm sorry. This is they got similar looking cars from a distance. Actually, they got these. Looks like the TI guys are running like a Buddy Lazier type looking scheme. But Rick is getting ready to should be on the track here at some point. We need to watch him.
He is on right now. He's actually pacing around the track right now as he slowly brings her up to speed. I think he's going to throw away lap 1 potentially. Is what actually he threw away lap 1. This is another throwaway lap. He ran 26 seconds off lap 1. So this is lap 2 he's completing right now. So I think he's using these first 2 laps. Which, here's going to be a problem. He's only got 13 seconds left.
I'm not.
He's going to run out of time.
I don't know his game plan. I'm not knowing what's going on. Normally not him.
That's it. He's done.
Wow. I wonder what happened there.
I wonder if he overthought it and didn't realize, hey, he thought he had more time maybe?
Yeah, I think he just rated that was a short session.
Oh, boy.
Look out, people in the back. Look out, people in the back.
Well, he is surely going to make this interesting. And don't call me Shirley. All right, let's take a look at the starting lineup for the third running of the Indianapolis 250, powered by Grublets on Ice. Isaac Morris, he wins the pole with a 39.121 and 7/1000ths of a second. And the guy that just popped up there to P2, Dan Ench, I believe it's how that's pronounced, the Plains driver, is going to start P2. Alex Van der Sant will start third. That's last year's winner right there alongside teammate Cohen Evans. Those two seem to be stuck together. Caleb Bensi, the rookie, he might be one to watch racing at the closest oval track to him. Of course, Mid-Ohio would be the home track for him. Jim Herrick, this is definitely his home track, growing up right down the road, will start in the 6th position. Craig Forsyth, Charles Teed will start 7th and 8th. Elliot Cox, the rookie at his home track here in Indiana, will start next to Scott Bellum. Dakota Demed, the Driveline SimSport driver, will start next to teammate Cody Claiborne, who's had some struggles this season, looking to make it up here tonight in Indianapolis. Julian Altena making his return, his first race of the season tonight, as he'll start next aside to, you mentioned your oval teammate there, Scott Barkman. Sean Stevens makes his return tonight, and we do have something special, oh, by the way, coming up here. Justin Miller will start next to him. Row number 9, Brad Haldane, Colby Wells. Row 10, Matt Houston, Wesley Johnson, the Homestead winner, starting in the back also. Let's make this exciting. Dan Morera, Gavin Smith, the Michigan driver there. New Jersey's Rick Ravon, I should say. And Thomas Gold starting 24th. And Joe Fierro going to start 25th. And Well, there's one thing we haven't done yet here, Gary, I should say, and that's bring Sean, well, to sing the song that you have to sing before any Indianapolis race. So, Gary, I'm going to mute our mics. Let's let Sean bring us back home again in Indiana.
Beautiful.
And it seems that I can see the gleaming candlelight still shining bright through the sycamores for me. The new moon haze sends all its fragrance from the fields I used to roam. When I dream about the moonlight on the Wabash, how I long for my Indiana home.
How awesome was that? Not only that, but let's look up at the front of the field. Landon representing the Grublets on Ice, driving the Grublets on Ice Cup car that you'll see on the track. That beautiful livery on that car with the purple and the white and the yellow right now. Of course, the Grublets on Ice in action as we speak. But Landon is going to bring them with the pace car off turn 4. As you see, the field is backed off the pace car, going to allow them to get that running start.
Heartbeats are up.
Yes, and unfortunately, we don't get the 3-wide start here, but we get the closest thing to it.
Heartbeats are up, pulses are up, sweaty palms, you name it. Yeah.
It's Indy. I know they say it about Bristol. It's Bristol,
Yeah.
baby. No, it's Indianapolis, baby. Let's throw it out like that. Pace car's in, Landon's in, green flag's out, and the Indianapolis 250
And
is
we
green.
got a black flag already on the start. We had someone that jumped. Okay, he fell back over on Forsyth, so I'm not sure if he's going to get a black flag for that. Isaac into the lead in 1, followed by Van de Sant.
Isaac with the lead, as you mentioned. Van de Sant, as these guys throw big blocks out there protecting that bottom lane. Ench and Evans and Bensey and Forsyth, all these guys into turn 3 and 4 for the first time. Evans, Bensey, and those guys coming off of turn number 4. Is Morris going to come down here for lap number 1? Isaac Morris leads it with Van de Sant and Ench there on the outside as these guys go down to turn 1. And I think we lost Gary for a second.
All right, now they're feeling, and they're going right to the snake of the inside. But these guys are definitely feeling like Superman with fresh tires and everything. The aero push really hasn't got a chance to affect them too much. We'll see about another 10 laps from now and see what happens. Some of these folks start falling to the back. I also expect the series regulars to start working with series regulars just because they know them better versus the non-series regulars. Those non-series regulars probably need to start teaming up with each other and maybe make some agreements.
So what cars in the field, like, we look at most of these guys, you say the series regulars.
Go to the Maze, purple on early. Yellow.
Oh, caution.
Yellow.
And looking forward on the track. Oh, it's Sean Stevens, I think. Sean Stevens has destroyed the front end of his number 710 car. And that's going to bring the first caution out. Let's see what happens to Sean. Climbs over to turn 1 wall. He goes flipping. There he is over turn 2. Somebody else involved. That might be Matt Houston.
That is not. That's unfortunate. That's Matt.
Oh, Matt Houston involved also. So caution here at lap number 3. Nope.
too many cars behind. Oh, yeah. It's definitely a race first car. I hope it's not Matt. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Well, we fell 94 laps short from last year's start.
Hey, that happens. Every race is different, as they say, but maybe you're trying to fix a couple things. I noticed a little bit of the issues. I'm just trying to take care of them real quickly here.
So far, the best lap in purple is Dakota DeMage at 220.034 at this point in the race. So there's 220s out there. Most everyone, though, is in the 218 to 219 range. So he must have had one heck of a draft. Looking at the standings, Dakota is actually Julian is up 4, Altena DeMage up 3, Teed up 2. Justin Miller up 3, Kobe Wells up 2, and we have Joe Fierro. He's a little bit further in the back, up 7. Thomas Gould up 3.
We had one car.
And we got some early pit stop.
I was just saying, we had one car not start the race. Nick Weatherby, for some reason, did not take the green. Not sure what happened there, if he had some issues. But looks like, yeah, some of the back markers are pitting here. They're on the lead lap, but they're just coming to pit road. Colby Wells, Haldane is in, Wesley Johnson, Thomas Gold. Those guys all on. Your teammate Ray Vaughn's on pit road also. This could be a little bit of a fuel strategy here. Put this thing down into fuel save 7 and save a little bit of laps. This will get you a couple more laps.
Well, firstly, they have nothing to lose at this point.
Right.
They don't want to go to engine map 8. Obviously, that's for cautions. They don't want to go to engine map 5, which is going to be your full lean. They want to definitely stay at engine map 1, but they're going to get probably 4 or 5 extra laps on the rest of the field. And if a caution happens in that time frame, guess who's sitting in the catbird seat? So they have nothing to lose by pitting this early.
So caution number 1 on the track here for Sean Stevens and Matt Wells. Wow. For Matt Houston. Getting Matt and Kobe mixed up there. Apologize for a little bit of glitching here. I'm working on the choppiness real quickly. Just doing a couple of edits real quick on my end. Shouldn't be a big issue. Hopefully we'll get that straightened out here shortly. Unfortunately, it happens sometimes here and there, and we'll go from there. So how do you reset yourself here, Gary? We're going to come to the green probably at lap number 6 here.
There's an odd car making a pit stop. I think we just had one of the guys, Inch, I think, dropped out of the top 5 to make a pit stop this time around. I'm not quite sure the strategy there. You reset yourself. You got a chance to breathe now. You got through the start. You survived. Now you're starting in single file, so you don't have to worry about someone on your inside or your outside. You just have to worry about yourself and the person more likely in front of you, not so much the person behind you, because the person behind you can only pass you on the inside before the start-finish line. Once you're past the start-finish line, then you start to worry about the person behind you. But by this point, you're really just you're comfortable, and you've got your bar setting. You figured your car now is working the way that you thought it would. If not, you're kind of panicking a little bit. And just everything starts to settle down a little bit. We're gonna get exciting here for a start. That's gonna get everyone's heart rates up a little bit. But single file is a lot less stressful than going the double file or triple that they normally do in the real 500.
Right. Well, especially on a restart, and I think they've worked on a couple of bugs they had last season in this race, where unfortunately we had green-white checkers, and unfortunately we had. I don't remember if we had double file restarts or anything like that, but we got things fixed, and hopefully this race will go a lot smoother. Not to say last year's race was phenomenal. It just, unfortunately, there were just a couple little hiccups that happened there at the end in this race, but we're going to see wild action here. 95 laps to go. You can go about, 32 to 35, I believe, is on a tank of fuel normally. So, for some of these guys, this might have just became only a 2-stop race.
Give or take, and okay. Interesting. Morris was letting the bottom side be a little exposed, or the top side be a little exposed there. And the normal restart line for IndyCars and iRacing is right up against the wall.
Well, and that's right. Well, that's any car pretty much on iRacing, and that's because you can pass on the outside on a restart.
Okay, and they're starting to fan out already, and they are passing on the outside. So somebody must have spun their wheels in the back, and they are trying to evade. So we're probably going to get some black flags here coming in, and that's unfortunate as well. But they are top four just all over each other, going to turn 2 down to the back stretch.
Gary, are you surprised that these guys aren't like taking off in the middle of 3 just to get away? As Alex goes, Van de Sant to the outside.
Well, this IndyCar and iRacing doesn't. I guess you really don't see where the pace car accelerates out of 3 and 4 and it hits pit road, and then the rest of the field is still kind of in the short chute and can start accelerating there. And when the track goes green, it's all green for everybody. They don't do that here. The best thing you can do is just kind of lay back, let the pace car get into the pit, then you can fully accelerate, and that's about as close as you're going to get to those type of running starts that you've seen on TV.
As we watch the Happy Trail Seasoning Mix car, we're right on board with last year's winner, Alex Van de Sant, as he gets the draft on Morris. These cars real tight to each other, up to the high side. Morris is giving them that lane.
He's not going to pull that pass off on that lane. I mean, well, if anyone can do it, it's going to be Alex. I'll say that. The man works miracles. I'll say it over and over. But he's not going to pull that pass up high. Very few drivers are going to pull that pass off high. You can get the run. You can try, but pulling that pass off up high is, you got to be a Rick Mears to do that.
Caleb Bensi or Alexander Rossi. Caleb Bensi up there in the 21 car. Hey, that man has made some moves the last time. I know it backfired this year, but he has made some moves in this race that I'm just like, that's inhuman-like. That's not possible here.
Yeah, it's going to the high.
Oh, one car down in the grass. Who was that?
I didn't see that.
Somebody on the back straightaway was cutting the lawn. I think it was Justin Miller.
You don't get any extra points or money for lawn care at the Speedway.
Yeah, if anything, Penske's going to charge you.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, Morris has led every lap so far. Single file down to turn number 1. You see Van de Sant poking out here, but everybody pretty much single file. I think that first caution kind of woke everyone up and said, all right, let's. Ooh, one car almost caught the wall back there in 1 and 2, but everybody just kind of minded their P's and Q's here.
Yeah, that arrow push is starting to come into play. We are, let's see, what do we got for laps? Right at lap 10. So just exactly where I figured it was starting is we are at that point.
Let's ride with Jim Herrick, LMCgear.com car, the 23. And we got, I thought I saw some action up front. It was actually the pit wall that scared me there. And plus, Jim got out of the gas. He kind of pushed up. These guys are going to work that weight jacker and any kind of tool they can. Again, this is a hot and slick track. Oh, and right in front of him. Cox hit the wall hard.
No yellow yet. No yellow yet.
Elliot Cox has destroyed the right side of his car. Let's, yeah, that car's out. That thing is broke. Oh, hits the inside wall.
Yeah, I was kind of concerned about him in the field. He was up higher than I anticipated he'd be, but I was kind of worried about him in the field. So, luckily, we didn't take out any other drivers in the process.
Yeah, he just got too high out of the corner, got up in that gray stuff, knocks the wall down, goes down, and he bumped off the inside wall. And another car back there caught the wall, too. I think that might have been Lewis, the boss man, in a purple car. But tough break there as he's trying to get back to pit road. At least we'll give him Cox that kind of credit. He's trying to get back to pit road. And let's go back here. Battle for the 6th position. Charles Teed under attack here is Julian Altena, making his league debut tonight. Or league debut, season debut.
Julian's my teammate over in the Velocity Online Racing League. And he's making his first start here tonight. He's excited about that. And I'm rooting him on as well.
And Summer Birdie told me you won that race Saturday night at Gateway.
I did. That's why another reason why I felt I had kind of luck on my side and was thinking, maybe I'll make the run tonight. But no. But I did pull off the win. And Gateway is not one of my better tracks. I got lucky. but I credit my teammates and for helping me get there. So appreciate it.
Led the most laps and everything in that race, so congratulations to you. And some little birdie says some other guy's going to make his debut in that series at Road America Saturday night.
Well, that birdie's probably going to pass this birdie quite a bit because that's not one of my most favorite tracks.
I will do everything I can.
I will pull over. I will give you lots of room.
It might be a good idea because I might not have control of the car. It might be controlling me like you're going this way.
Well, Morris is back in purple. He is 40.983. So that was his last lap, too. So he is now just set the fast lap away from the main. That's a lap of 220.509.
Very fast lap there, and appreciate all the viewers watching. 19 right now watching the stream. Let's build that up. You got a friend who wants to watch? Get them on here. Let's get them watching this wonderful Indianapolis 250. Of course, the great racing here at the greatest spectacle in iRacing. I coined that term first.
I see him in the chat. Shout out to my. I see him in the chats, but a shout out to my Core Racing NASCAR teammates. I see Clint and Jeff. I see you guys there. I appreciate you guys cheering us on, and they're joining, watching the stream so they can cheer on Scott, who is back a little ways, but making his way up. Scott Barkman in the 21st position.
And your other teammate is working his way up here through the field as he comes up. Rick Ravon coming up on Joe Fierro, and I'm trying to say, is that an old Target paint scheme, like a Juan Pablo Montoya throwback?
I love the throwback schemes for this particular race. In fact, I was talking to the league admin, and I said, I think every car should pick a throwback livery and somehow make their sponsorship work on it. And they're like, no, it's going to be hard because of the sponsors. And hey, the sponsors pay the money, so you got to make the sponsors happy. But I would really, really love to see a race where everyone has a throwback livery, because I'm pulling out Buddy Lazier. I'm going back to other ones that I've had that have great liveries in the past. Crato one, they look great. Oh, the really in the past. Silver Bullet from Alan Petrie, 83, 84. So those are, how about Domino's Hot Ones? You know, some of those, I love those throwback liveries.
You're right on board with Ravon, 234 mile an hour down to turn number 1. A little high off the corner, he had to get out of the throttle. Rolls it back to 209.
Ravon just turned his last lap was his best lap at a 41.036, up in position, and he's on the move. He's in 13th spot.
He had the slow just now to 196 miles an hour in turn 2.
It's the aero. It's got to be the aero. I mean, and his tires are probably 5 laps fewer than him.
Well, you mentioned the wind too. The wind is blowing across the back straightaway, so that wind could easily be pushing that car towards the wall in turn 2.
Yeah, you have bad tires. You have not bad tires, but just tires wearing off. You have the aero push, and then you have Mother Nature that wants to help you out in the process. Virtual Mother Nature.
Yes, you gotta love virtual Mother Nature. She might be virtual, she might not be, but either way, she's there all the time. Hey, let's go back here to Brad Haldane. The 16th place car, he's fighting Scott Bellum right now. Bellum has fallen back 7 spots in this race. He's got the Homestead winner, Wesley Johnson, who has had his struggles, running in the 18th spot.
I'll tell you, I want to give a big shout out to Wesley, because he's fighting another battle of another kind. He's currently going through treatment and chemotherapy. So the fact that he's here tonight, and the fact that he's as well as he is right now, hats off to him. But it's hard not to root for that guy anyways. Give her all you got there, Wesley. We're rooting for you.
Yeah, to fight any kind of battle for cancer and that kind of thing, and to be out here just running a hobby, pretty much. That takes a lot of courage and stuff. So we definitely wish Wesley the best. Ooh, Isaac got tight.
Yes, and we got a new hot lap from someone I never expected. Gavin Smith, the rookie, nice. 40.780 goes purple.
Good job, Gavin. And not to mention, we got a new second-place car. While we've been going through the field here and just kind of watching, Caleb Benzie is up to second.
Benzie. Yeah.
And I'm actually going back to see if I could find this pass that happened on the track. But Caleb Benzie, and I have found it right here. It happened back at lap number 9 in this race. Caleb Bensey makes the pass right there, so it happened a little bit ago. And we just didn't catch it. But Cohen Evans there in 4th, but Bensey, the Ohio driver, his first Indianapolis 250, he's looking to put her in victory lane.
Rookies don't win here very often, and when they do, it's a big news. We are 1/5 of the way through this thing, and the fact that he's this high hanging in there only bodes well for him and the race first team. He's got a big cushion on Van de Sant. But these two are starting to break away a little bit at the front.
The guy you told us to watch right here. Let's go back to 7th. Dakota DeMed underneath Charles Teed. You mentioned Dakota, and here he is up to the 6th position. Chris Lewis on pit road. I think that is an unscheduled pit stop. He's been on pit road for a couple minutes, so he might be done, unfortunately.
Morris last lap by 2:17.234. Bensey 2:16.202. Van de Sant 2:18.081.
Dan Mack out there in chat saying Morris in all caps with the S's like a snake.
Caution.
Wesley Johnson, we just spoke about him. He has pounded the wall over in turn 1.
God, I hate that.
Watch out, car coming in hot there. But that brings the second caution out, and this is going to shake some things up here because we're at 23 right now, and 75 laps, 30 on a tank, still at 2 stops. Do you come in and do you come in and take tires?
I think everybody's.
Yeah, probably. Do you short
at this point?
Do you short fill though?
If the calculator says to do it, yes.
Let's see. Watching Wesley here, he's going to the inside of. I see who that is. He's got a driveline car there behind him. Goes into the corner and oh wow! That's not going to feel good on any part of your body. That car just veered right, and I'm not sure if it was contact or.
Hopefully not net code.
That looks very weird. That's all I'm going to call that.
Net code. That is net code.
Is there net code? Okay.
That's complete net code because I did not see any contact whatsoever.
Well, my first thought was black screen. But he's still on the track racing, so obviously that eliminates that.
Maybe you can get another shot of maybe off his rear wing. Maybe I don't.
Yeah, I'll do that here in a second. We'll watch these pit stops here. So, yep, everybody's coming. If you're a back marker, or not back marker, but in the back, do you stay out here and try to strategize? I mean, you might lose a couple of spots, but you steal some track position, maybe.
Yeah, if you're there, I would say that there's a select few in the back that if they were to get up front and they would probably lead a couple laps. Otherwise, if you're not a seasoned driver, you're just going to probably be holding up the line and probably cause a larger incident. So it might just be a good idea. Oh, we got one of the driveline cars made a bad turn in.
But it looks like everybody did pit, so we don't have to worry about that answer.
Correct.
And
I want to tell you, Rick made his way up to 11, and for the last 3 laps prior to the caution, he had all his laps in the 218 range, while everyone else on the track was in the 217 and 216 range.
Wow, so he
Watch
did
him,
right.
He's moving, he's doing it.
Especially in the long run. You're going to see a little bit of choppiness again on the screen. Go ahead.
He's up 13 spots.
Oh, okay. No, that's awesome. I was going to say, you're going to see a little bit of choppiness. Some reason, and this is everywhere I race at Indianapolis, some reason on pit road causes an issue, and I think it's because it takes a lot of graphics. So just be aware if you're watching on the stream, you might get a little bit of a pause on pit road. So obviously it clears itself up here on the track, I believe. So, but anyways, caution is out for the second time here in the Indianapolis 250. Of course, this is powered by Grublets on ice, so make sure you check them out. Of course, if you don't know who Grublets on ice are, they are hockey players on Xbox. They they play games against each other, kind of like we do here on iRacing, except another team, and they're all like playing each other and stuff. And how does a virtual fight work, I wonder?
I tell you what, that sounds like a lot of fun. I want to definitely catch one of the games. Back in college, when I had the old Sega Genesis, we played the hell out of NHL '94.
That's the greatest game of all time.
Great game to play, and all the fights you could have and everything. Played the heck out of that thing, man. The fact that there's folks that have a league and they're streaming it and doing it for fun and hopefully for some type of monetary value, more power to them. That's awesome. I'm glad to see them as sponsors on this race.
Also want to say, was it NHL 2014, I think it was. I owned that game for a little bit. You can actually go back, and it allows you to go into NHL 94 mode and play the game while you're playing 2014.
It was interesting before I kind of left each one of my teammates kind of an inspirational video, and the video I left Julian was the Herb Brooks speech from Miracle to his team before the Russian or the Soviet Union game. So I hope if he wins, then we're going to credit also Herb Brooks as well.
Awesome. Herb Brooks in the 1980 squad. Remember the broadcaster in that game?
Oh, well, that's Big Al there. You believe in miracles?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. I used to be able to do it. Anyways, we're going to be coming back to the restart. So Isaac Morris, who has led every green flag lap of this race, he leads. Alex Van Desant, Cohen Evans up to third. Caleb Vency fell back 2 spots. You wonder if some of these guys may be short-filled in the race here on this run. So we'll have to keep eyes. As a matter of fact, let me look over here at some of these pit times. Most of them 8 seconds. So I think they all filled up here. So plan on them going all the way to about lap 55 or so and taking fuel. So we'll see when Isaac goes here. I think you got to mix it up, right? Probably go early this time. Try to get out of the draft.
Got to shake them somehow because everyone's got fresh tires. Everyone's feeling mighty brave right now at this point. So he might let that pace car duck in and take off a bit early. He's a little bit closer to the pace car than I thought he would be at this point, but let's see what happens. The Mustang pace car pulls off in the pit road. Field of the command is under Morris, and he is off. He had wheel spin too, a little bit out of rear kick there, and he starts to break away a little bit.
That would be a first gear start then probably if you had wheel spin.
Yeah, it's definitely a first gear start.
Well, let's see if Morris, I don't think he's going to get out far enough. You're going to see Alex with a really good run here. Coming from second place, you're probably going to see a good run also coming from Cohen Evans here as the snake forms. And Alex pulls out a line to the outside.
Oh, well, the thing is there.
He almost cleared him.
Inside open. Yeah, he almost did. He also left the inside open that if they really wanted to push it, Evans could have taken it down low if he wanted to and gone 3 wide.
He might just do it here. Here he comes.
Actually, the discretion is the better part of valor.
Morris led that lap by 2 100ths. Down to turn 1.
And they're just running side by side.
Bency around Evans on the outside in turn 2. And caution out again. Yellow.
He doesn't know where to go right now.
Yellow on the track.
Caution,
Cody
yes.
Clay. Oh, it's the driveline teammates. Claiborne and Smith. Oh, Marion McDaniel over in the booth right now is probably throwing a highlighter. Caution out for the 3rd time.
Well, I want to give props to Cody. It's not for lack of trying. The man put in a ton of practice laps. I ran with him a lot today as a matter of fact during the practice and on Sunday's official practice. Just hate that you put in so many laps of practice. Yeah, and then you're out a third of the way through the race.
So the 3rd driveline car was almost in this as I think that was Cody actually clobbered him. So it was actually Gavin that was up there running, and there was some contact and even a little bit of netcode with it because the way they hit each other, I think that's Houston. They hit wheel to wheel, and it just instantly turns the car around. And then watch Claiborne come in. It's Claiborne, and then Smith clobbers him.
Looks like more netcode there, yeah. Wow. Because you didn't really see Houston's car react. You just saw one car react. Go back and look at that one more time.
Well, and interesting
here.
Yeah,
there's no contact there whatsoever.
We have a pit crew in boxer shorts and boots on pit road, I've realized just now, right behind that pit crew.
That is Julian's pit crew, yes.
Well done, Julian. Well done, sir.
That's my team, yeah.
Oh, so it's your team with the
no, not my team with the guys in the boxer short, but that's part of my corporate teammates from the Velocity Online Racing League. yet.
Yeah, I see. The Chippendales, your pit crew. I got you. 10-4.
Yeah, all my guys are fully clothed, though. Got some guys making a pump fake for the pits. Oh, Rick is going... No. Okay, he brings it back in.
This is close. You're
Set up
almost
a
in the
ninth.
window right now to make that first stop, to make this a one-stop race. Yeah, you're in the back pit. That's what they're doing. Morera is coming in. Ash is coming in. And trying to see that third car back there, 31. That's Julian, right?
Esh just had it rough, man. He's back 19 spots. He is just not... The car's not working for him.
Well, remember, he pitted. He pitted a little bit ago, too, so that put him out track position-wise. So
he didn't really make any hay after that point either, so I don't know if maybe he had some damage we didn't know about, or maybe he's going back and regretting that one right now. We'll find out later.
Oh, good job. Now you got Sherry Herrick over here saying, sexy guys, meow. Good job. Now you're going to get Sherry in trouble.
Well, we could always go to Jim's in-car and see, do the face.
No, you know what's going to
Face
happen
cam.
next week? What's going to happen is Jim's going to be in boxer shorts and boots, probably in his car. Well, there's Jim right there.
Fire retardant, yeah. Not very fire retardant.
Jim looking calm as ever. Knowing that no matter how his result is, he'll sleep in his own bed tonight. At least we think. Yeah, there's been great battles all around the track, George. Appreciate you watching.
Still holding that purple lap.
Yep. That's something to be proud of there. That's. I mean, I know there's no such thing as lollipops and things like that when it comes to things of that nature, but, you know, hey, that's something you could go eat some ice cream on and celebrate. I had the fastest lap at Indianapolis.
For sure, yeah, for sure.
So appreciate all the viewers watching us this evening. If you're new to the chat, hit
We
subscribe.
got Alpena up 8, Gould up 16, my man Rick up 14, Joe Fierro up 13. Those are your big movers right now. So for a mover of the race award, we got some candidates right now.
And that's always something to be proud of there. Of course, Indianapolis normally has like the Rookie of the Race award. Right now, I would say Caleb Bensley wins that now. My opinion, Rick Ravon should not be eligible for the Rookie of the Race. He was in this last year.
Yeah, I think there's a rule where you have to be part of 5 races before you lose the rookie tag, and I believe this might be either race 4 or 5. I can't recall, but yeah, it's a lot like when Chip Ganassi came to Indianapolis and they had Juan Montoya there, and that's probably not a good one. How about when Team Penske came and they had Gilles de Ferran there, and not a rookie, but they still hung an R on him.
Yeah, imagine
How about
that.
Alonso,
Gilles
for that
de Ferran, all those years of racing kart and stuff like that comes over. Oh, yeah, well, you're a rookie. Fernando Alonso, multi-F1 champion. Oh, you get a rookie, too.
Gilles de Ferran holds the world closed course speed record of 240 miles per hour. No, you're a rookie. I'm in the green.
Yep, Isaac going to bring him down. Alex Van de Sant, Caleb Bensley, Cohen Evans, Julian Altena, and Craig Forsyth. And you see them again running up high because you can pass on the high side. I'm very surprised how late these guys are restarting. Like, as you know, in real life, it's pretty much the middle of turn 3. They're gone.
Yeah, that's and even then, I've seen people actually go real slow in turn 4 to allow the pace car to get out ahead, and then as soon as it hits pit road, they go.
Right.
And now they're going right now, so they're getting a bit of an earlier start than normal. They're kind of fanning out in the back. Evans takes a look on the inside of the fence. He does not go for it.
I just hope that the pace car does not have shades of 1973 where it took out the whole entire grandstand at the exit of pit road. Didn't think I knew that. Idges. We got a pass for the lead. Van de Sant. Got him on the outside.
He pulls it off. Now he
get down.
needs a call.
I'm not cheering him.
Clear,
I'm just there. He goes. He's clear.
Clear. Oh, there it is. He's just waiting for his spotter to say clear. Sometimes, depending on what you run for your applications and everything for your iRacing apps, you can set your spotter to wait a certain amount of time before they say clear. And he might have programmed it to say, hey, give me a little extra cushion so before you can say clear. And so he might have been waiting for that cushion before that happens, for that trigger to happen. So who knows?
And this could be something, too, where Isaac maybe wanted to get behind to save some fuel. But I say that, and here's Isaac poking back out. And no, I'm not cheering Alex on. Let's just put that out there. I was just more just telling him to get down. He's clear. He's
got that car on the outside of him. That is uncomfortable, let me tell you. Your hands become stiff. Isaac is giving him no room on.
They're going to go 3 wide. Oh.
Isaac takes down from the middle. Okay, so we got someone that was
need some blinker fluid.
Leaked out a little bit of bandwidth. Yeah. Isaac was keeping Van de Sant pinned to that inside, and hey, that's a legal move. You could do it. I've done it before, but you do run the risk of that car from the inside, and so they're not coming up and bumping you.
Look at this, and you know what? There's a cloud over in turn 1 and 2, and that's brought these guys all together into a group. You got Teed in this picture. Ray Vaughn is here. You got about 9 or 10 cars. You got the sponsors watching us from their private locker room, which I'm told has ice cream. Jealous.
There it is. Ray Vaughn, purple, 40.229. 40.299, sorry. And he pulls off the pass. He just pulled off the pass on the outside on Teed. He is now up to 7, plus 16.
Great stuff throughout this field.
Really wide down the backstretch.
Yeah.
Wow.
Who's that? Cohen almost went cutting the grass. And all of a sudden, we got teammates up here, 2nd and 3rd. Altena has made an appearance.
Yeah, Altena needs to help out his teammate. He just needs to get behind him and help him out at this point. Yeah, I know Altena wants to be. That's my guy. That's one of my boys. But you got to get your teammate out of front and then sort themselves out later.
Noticing his
side
fuel.
by side, wheel to wheel. Wow!
I noticed his fuel positions at 3 down there in the bottom right of his steering wheel, whereas we're riding on board with Julian's into 3, so he's not at full power right now.
No, he doesn't have to be provided. He can hold on to that draft. It's part of a calculated risk.
That's going to take knowledge. That's something I'm actually putting in my head now for the future of like, all right, you don't always have to run in 1.
Well, it's not necessarily a fuel map, it's engine map. And it's more, when you're in engine map 1, where your throttle is relates to 100%. Your throttle pedal is relates to 100% to what you're performing. If your throttle is put at 100%, you're 50% of throttle at that point in time. If you're looking at fuel mapping, or actually engine mapping 6 and 7, those control more wheel spin. You'll probably want those on maybe 1 mile ovals or road courses. Engine mapping 5 is full lean, and then engine mapping 8 is for your caution situation. But there is the engine map of 2, 3, and 4, and those all relate to consumption of fuel under power.
Hey, pop quiz question, Gary. How many drivers have ever won the Indy 500 from 33rd?
Never.
Never. So do you know who technically started what we'll call the equivalent of 33rd in this race? That would be Thomas Gold. Look who is running 9th.
There he is. Okay.
Thomas Gold is up here in the 9th position, did not start well at all, and he is trying to be that first to the equivalent of the 33rd starter to win this thing. Everybody pretty much 48s, 49s, 41 flats all around this track. Jim Herrick making a move back here inside of Dakota DeMed. Right in front of him, Thomas Gold to the outside of Teed. That's tight. He made the move. Holy cow, what a move.
We're getting brave.
Don't go to the outside of turn 2. Oh, wait, that was at Darlington, not Indianapolis. Should mention Wesley Johnson is still on track after that accident earlier. He is running on the lead lap in the 16th spot at that hard contact with the wall, so he must have some robots in his pit crew.
Well,
as Gold to the outside of Forsyth now.
There is a fast pair they have access to, but they only have one.
I got my phone is streaming the race. Obviously, that's how I'm able to chat with the viewers. And I know when I get a little excited because I can hear myself through the phone. I just heard myself screaming. All right, so what strategy? You're at lap 40 right now. Put ourselves in the helmet of one of these drivers or one of the engineers in these cars. You're at lap 40 right now. 60 to go. You can now make this stop on one race if you pit at this point in the race. Where, if you're in this field, do you try that move? If you are willing to try it.
I would say any place from, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, probably from 8th place on back, unless I can get back into the draft and join that lead pack. I'm now probably thinking about possibly splitting something up, doing some sort of strategy, changing things up. That might be my only chance to get up there.
You saw Charles Teed pass Forsythe back for position now. Here comes Jim Herrick up there behind him, Dakota DeMed. These guys here, this is all 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. Up front, Isaac Morris with 0.4 of a second over Alex Van de Sande. All these guys still within about 3.5 seconds of each other. Fastest lap. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say fastest lap last time by was the 40.87 of Thomas Gold. So he is the fastest car out here on the track right now.
So you know when the winner gets the winner's victory lane here, they get the milk, and you know
right.
Who started that tradition, right? That was Louis Meyer.
Yep.
First 3-time winner of the 500.
Mm-hmm.
Ironically, Louis Meyer is one of the ones that came back from farthest in the field to win the 500 from 28th starting position in 1936.
Ah. And, of course, Bill Volkovich had the chance back in the 50s to win 3 races in a row, won 2 in a row, and then the third one, unfortunately, lost his life in a wreck.
He was leading.
Yeah,
he was leading when he wrecked and died there, unfortunately. We've had some folks get really close from 33rd. Scott Goodyear in 92 comes to mind.
Inches.
Yeah, and really Mario Andretti came from the last row and should have won. But he had deeper pockets and won that court battle back in 1981. But Mario came back from deep in the field because he had to start the rear because of Formula One commitments. He had a backup driver qualify his car for him, and he finished second to Bobby Unser. But the morning after, USAC docked Unser some position for passing cars under the yellow. But then after a little bit, about 6 months worth of court battles and whatnot, even though they took pictures with Mario with the Borg Warner and everything.
Oh, Rayvon just clipped the wall off 4.
Oh, my goodness. Come on, Rick.
Yeah, that car's got some damage probably. He had it pretty solid. We'll have to see if that right rear... I mean, it looks like it's driving okay, but there might be some damage to that thing.
Get together, Rick.
He was running behind Thomas Gold there.
Ooh, oh, okay. Ooh. Probably shaking the car out, evaluating what's going on. Move up the position. It's probably a wise thing. Do we have a bit wing?
Scott Bellin back here. 19th and 18th with Elliott Cox. Cox still fighting after getting that reset. These guys are the ones, this is, as a matter of fact, Rayvon to pit road. Pitting. He's probably going to use the reset, I would assume.
If it involves involves a quick fix, yes. And that also gets him into a point where...
one stop.
Yeah.
Yep, car fixed itself. You saw that whole right side pop out. As I like to say, he threw some hot water on it and plungered it out. Who else is on pit road there? Johnson's on pit road, the Napa car. So these guys are all now in a one-stop window. 45 here to go to about lap 75 and send her to the finish if we stay green. I wish they would work on that glitch right there with my crew that sits on my screen there. One guy standing there like he's Captain Morgan or something on top of the invisible tire.
Waving people in.
Yeah, but the only guy using that pit stall is a pole sitter.
Well, Rick is out in front of the leaders. He's trying to stay on the lead lap.
Actually, he's going to go... Yep, he's just went one
lap down.
Yep.
But he's right behind the leader, and if anyone can pass this guy, it's going to be Rick, and he also has fresh tires. So he's probably driving with a bit of anger right now.
We look up
And
above.
frankly, if I,
Go ahead.
frankly, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Frankly, if I was Morris, I'd let him go. I'd just let him go. And here it is. Rick to the inside, turn 1, pulls it off.
Well, he's
Morris
got fresher
tuck in.
tires. He should be able to get away
Right.
now.
Right, Morris tuck in and get some drafting there. Wow, you know what? Morris is going to be experiencing his aero draft now, or his aero
push, yeah.
And he hasn't really been in that all day.
Are we allowed to use those words anymore? Because I notice in NASCAR they don't say those 2 words anymore. In the early 2000s, they said that word every lap. Now they don't say it anymore. It's almost like it's a banned 2 words.
No, it's the real thing in IndyCars.
Turbulence, I think they call it, right?
Dirty air.
There you go, dirty.
So what this is going to do is possibly open the door with Van de Sant's close the distance between himself and Morris. Yeah, Morris, high in turn 1 exit, right there in the short chute, had to pull it off the wall.
And again with the crosswind off turn. Oh, Julian about clipped that wall.
Altena, yeah, he was up in the wall too.
Got one of my managers at my job is watching on the stream tonight, Jason. Him and I just recently, he started working with us recently, and he's a big racing fan. He's actually an iRacer too. He's been watching the streams and stuff the last couple days, and he's laughing at my hot water joke. I actually saw this video on YouTube of this guy showing that apparently if you have a dent in your vehicle, if you pour a bunch of hot water, like a gallon of hot water on the car, and you get your plunger, it'll pop back into place. I don't know.
A shrinky dink?
It sounds like some kind of MacGyver thing to me.
I tell you, if you take a look inside of Morris's car, if you want to pop in the in-car, you're going to see him shifting down to 4th going through the turns.
Working on it. There we go. We're right up here on his, I always forget the name of the thing. Help me. The cage thing. No, not the roll bar. No, we're on the,
the gyro? Gyro?
No, we're in the roll bar cam, but we're on top of the car.
Okay.
So we're basically hanging right above the new windscreen thing.
Okay.
Don't mind me, I lose terms in my head here.
He's in 5th now. He might have pulled he might have fallen up behind.
Yeah, he's got pretty good distance here.
That he doesn't have to go down the 4th. 4th really does help. It settles the car down, allows you to get down to that lower line. You have trouble getting down.
Yeah, he's actually looking down over his helmet here. He is actually in position 1 when it comes to fuel. So he is burning every ounce of fuel right now in his car. And Van de Sant's only about 9/10 back right now.
That's the lap by. Morris 218.335. Van de Sant 216.765. Altena 216.352. Vinci 216.430. Evans 217.489.
These cars starting to fall off now. 41s and 42-second laps. And then Rick Ravon down there, 40.98. So he's a half second faster in the field right now with these older tires, or the newer tires, I should say.
We do have a new purple lap holder. I'm not quite sure when he said it, but Wesley Johnson with a 40.217 is now purple.
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't say when he did, but he pitted on the same lap as Ravon. So them two should be neck and neck with each other when it comes to the strategy and that kind of thing. What nobody needs is a yellow. One car out of shape back there. Is that Colby back? No, that's not Colby. Haldane, it looked like, got just super loose off of 4. A little oversteer, and he's going to lose a spot to Fierro. No relation to Guy as he goes by in that Juan Pablo throwback to the 2000 Indy 500.
Love it. That was a boring 500, though. I got to say that.
You know, to be honest with you, I have to go back and watch all the 500s because, like, I really kind of watched bits and pieces until about 2010. Now, if you ask me, I could tell you what, you know, in all the Indy 500s and stuff like that.
AP led like 160 laps that year, and it was just a boring. I just remember it was a boring race.
Wait, he pulled a Schechter without Schechter?
Well, it was really a statement race for all the guys coming over from kart, and that was the first race, and every race going forward.
God, they hit each other, but no. They literally had smoke flying off the wheels. Fierro and Haldane in turn 1, and they kept going straight.
down to the inside. We gonna make damage or no? Giving him room.
They're giving room right now, but there was definitely contact in one. You saw the smoke off the wheels and everything.
Wow. Yeah. That's a code brown. That's a code brown.
We have a code brown. Code brown. And
that
Elliott.
2,500. That 2,500 was really a statement race for all those coming over from kart to kind of prove once and for all that they were the better teams and drivers, which we kind of all knew and suspected anyways. And then from that point forward, really no other Indy Racing League team or Indy Racing League base team ever won a 500 from that point forward. So, 2,000, boring race.
Alex Van de Sant running in second. His mom just saying hello. And go Alex as we watch Cox on pit road, slides to his pit stall a little bit. And here comes Cohen Evans. Here come the pit stops. Let's focus back here at Cohen Evans, the guy who led the points, sitting sixth right now. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but 6 points out of the point lead in sixth.
Okay, this is lap 54. I think he's going to have to do one more.
Now, he should be able to go to 84. So that would get you easily to finish 16 laps. So probably, I mean, you can get to lap 70. So probably.
Yeah, he's going to do one more, I think.
Yeah.
Short fill.
So he leaves, and here comes Van de Sant to pit road, last year's winner in the Happy Trails chili mix. It's funny, I find myself looking on the shelves at a grocery store today, and I was looking for the mix, but I know it's not in there. But I tried to look anyways.
Be interesting when all these cycle through where Ray Vaughn ends up.
He should be the leader, I would think. Or close to it, if not top 5.
Yeah, it's going to be right up there. It's going to be interesting. And then then he'll be like, give me that yellow, give me that yellow. And hey, unlike last year, and I haven't heard a lot of radio chatter between the drivers this year, he gets down to the binders. Okay, good stop for Morris. Last year there was a lot of radio chatter with drivers helping each other out. I have not heard a lot of that this year. If you're not going to have, drivers aren't going to help each other out, that's just going to invite a yellow. And I'm sure Rick's going to be praying for one of those to help cycle them back through.
You saw Herrick and Forsyth come to pit road. Here comes Isaac Morris into his pit stall, and no, Isaac does not have my pit crew.
NC is your leader. He's picked it up. Gould second, T third, DeMage fourth, Wells fifth. He's all stopped on lap 23.
Isaac.
Dan Inch, who started off, I believe he started off close to the front. He stopped on lap 28. He's probably going to end up with the lead here for a little bit.
And here comes Bensey to pit road, the rookie who had his worst finish of the season last week, only because of a last lap wreck. And I mean, it was a bad wreck. Now, I'm not sure if him and Fierro had talked about it afterwards, but Fierro basically was a lap car wrecked over in the final chicane at Monza, came back on the track, and Caleb had nowhere to go, and he went flying like Sylvester Stallone in Driven. And
oh gosh, it's an awful movie.
That's actually a good movie. Come on. We discussed this. Remember, all racing movies are good for their reasons. Come on.
They had a gasoline fire in the water. First of all, they have methanol that dilutes in water.
They didn't have methanol back then.
They had methanol as fuel for Indy cars and kart cars back then.
Oh, really? Oh, well, see what I know.
Yeah. Ethanol exhaust has a whole different smell to it. When you're at the 500, you can definitely smell it.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Now they got the whole ethanol. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thomas Gould now. Okay, DeMage now is up in the lead. Thomas Gould second. Justin Miller cycling to the front. Dan Inch is coming up here, so he will have some laps led here.
And just looking right now, Ray Vaughn is behind Morris and Van de Sant. So he is going to come out about P3 when this comes out. Now, what he needs is for this whole entire pit crew, everybody to cycle through on pit stop and then yellow. If he gets that, he is back in this race. There's Justin Miller up in the north end of the track, over in turn 4 there, where I used to park all the time in the Coke lot back there off turn 4.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite seats to sit there in the Northwest District.
I actually, the first 2 years of the Indy 500, I was in the Miller Lite party deck inside turn 4.
You're not seeing too much there.
No, I saw J.R. Hildebrand hit the wall. That's for sure.
You were sitting right across from me then, because I was sitting in the Northwest Vista in turn 4 that year too. I remember him smacking the wall, asking myself, why are you passing Charlie Kimball up high in turn 4?
Because Kimball was out of gas. But we had the 10 race before that, the 2010 race. True story here. So obviously I was doing radio in Indiana at that time, and yep, here comes Miller to pit road. So that race, it was, I think, one of the hotter races in Indy 500 history. It was like 95 or 96 degrees. And I was in that Miller Lite party deck, and of course, you know, there's alcohol involved, beers and stuff. I literally was drinking bottles of water after every beer. Like it was a beer, bottle of water. Beer, because obviously beer, as you know, will dehydrate you so quick. And it's like, I was sweating. I mean, it was just hot. Miller's still on pit road here.
Yeah, he's not handling very well. Oh, actually, that is not Miller. That is... Miller's already pitted. I don't know who that was.
Was that somebody else I was on?
Oh. That might have been Gavin. That might have been Gavin.
Okay. Well, anyways, Damarera's on.
Gavin or Cody. Gavin or Cody, one of those two.
New purple
Cody.
lap.
It's Cody.
New purple lap to Cody DeMed, 40-12. As here comes Damarera in the Deadpool car, right below us here. You could do like the episode of Seinfeld and throw a Junior Mint into his car, maybe.
Dan Inch is still leading. He's got about 5 extra laps on the rest of the field in terms of this fuel run. He is not handling very well. He is struggling. He is losing time to all these guys with fresh tires. I just might go ahead and hit a couple laps early here. He has Morris just running
Actually, I see what he's doing here. He's one of the guys that pitted at the caution. He needs to stay out probably another 4 laps. He might be able to do this on one stop.
Well, here comes the pass for the lead. Morris on the outside.
I mean, not even if this is like a winning move potentially for Ench. This could be a top 5 or a podium move on his part.
Whoa, pushing.
Yeah, Alex, you're not supposed to go up there.
That's the Hildebrandt flying. No, you don't want that.
So
and everyone's just piled up behind him now.
So pretty much everybody has pitted except for Ench, who comes in now at 64. You're not going 36 laps on a tank, so there's no way he can make it unless he goes, what, fuel mode probably 7 the whole entire run, or 6 or whatever you go. Just, I mean, you're going to be slow, but you'll make it.
He would have to be fuel map or engine map 5 and probably be breathing in the engine.
Let's go back here to 7th position, make the 8th position as Seda has Forsythe slides up the track behind Dakota DeMed. We haven't done the old school camera much today. Here we are, left front shock. You can look over to the right, see the steering wheel at the speed. You go back and watch one of the old 1980s or 90s IndyCar races, the old ABC camera right here on the left side of the right side of the car.
That famous shot on the side of Robbie Gordon and Raul came alongside him. Actually, at one point, had tires kind of interlocked. If they would have made contact, it would have been pretty epic. But Robbie wisely let it up a little bit, and Boisel made the pass.
Wait a minute, you mean to tell me Robbie Gordon did something smart?
Every now and then. Although I think the smartest one in his family is probably his sister for marrying Ryan Hunter. Right?
Ooh, another purple. How about a 40.05 Wesley Johnson back in 20th? Oh, and who was that to hit the wall? Was that Cohen? Cohen caught the wall off turn 1. Cohen Evans.
No yellow.
He pretty much hit it sideways just like Rayvon did a little bit ago. That's probably going to hurt that car. Oh, yeah, there's some damage on the right side. That under trade's got a little dent in it.
Yeah, wow. That's going to put his day now is becoming a challenge.
Well, especially now that you have, well, you do have one more pass. Caution is out.
Caution. There it is. There it is.
Who is that up? It's a red and white car there. I didn't see who it was. Is it Houston? Looking for Matt's name. I think it is Matt Houston.
Ah, boss man.
Yep, Matt Houston is spun, and oh, wow. This is going to look weird. On the front straightaway here. Oh, wow. He actually hits the pylon, the scoreboard. Hopefully that thing doesn't fall over. That thing will hurt somebody. He gets a late reaction from the 30, or I have to see what car that is.
What happened? What happened?
He's behind. I'm trying to see who that car is in front of him there.
Oh, God, he pulls out and hits him. Oh,
it's a 31, but the 31's Altana, isn't it? But that's not Altana, though.
We got a 131 for Forsyth, but that's not him. We'll have to see who that actually was. I can tell you Matt's not going to be happy about that, though.
Was it Elliot Cox? It is Elliot Cox. That's who it was. It says 31 on the car, but it's actually the 67 we have on telemetry here. He's going to pull down to get around Morera, and I don't think he realized that Houston had to run behind him. And Matt just pays for it hard.
Oh, guess who's in third place?
Rick Ravon, who needed that wreck badly. And, we're going to have to do this. We're going to ride on board, as we always do for scary wrecks like this. Hopefully you signed your waiver. Viewer discretion is advised. As we are going to go on board with the 66 car. This is going to leave a mark. He will probably feel this one tomorrow.
Well, thank you for flying Raceburg here. Everybody's bidding. Everybody's bidding. Now, here's the thing. Rick actually has to fill up more. These other guys, they stop sooner, so they have to fill up less. So we'll see how that pans out. Interesting thing is the pace car will pick up the leader. And all of these,
Alex overshot his pit stall.
Cars on,
and he's still trying to get in. Isaac's going to win the race easily.
Rick is out second.
Yep, Bency third.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Now, here's the tricky part. Look who's between these two. The lap car of Cox. So not only does the wreck happen with him, but now he is going to be sandwiched between the two leaders in an Indy car. And in this series, there's no moving the guys to the back. They start right there where they restart.
Right, yeah. So the pace car picks up the leader. So all these cars in front of the leader that are behind the pace car, they will get the wave around. So this is the IndyCar's version of the lucky dog. No, we do not have gimmicks here, folks. You do not get a lucky dog. There's no green light checker. You need to earn it on the track, okay? So these guys will get the wave around. Morera is going to pit lane access road in turn 3 for some reason, but he was ahead of, he was with Elliot Cox between Morris and Ravon. Maybe he might have a pit road speeding penalty there, so maybe he's just pulling out of the way. We'll see that here in a second. But yeah, we got an extremely young driver between two of the best iRacers I know, period. So I would be on the radio saying, hey, man, you need to go or you need to pull out of the way and let me go.
I'm going to have to defend my NASCAR guys here for a second because I was breed on a oval track in the NASCARs. Now, I'm equal to both sides and I speak fairly. But his quote just now, ladies and gentlemen, was, we don't have gimmicks. So I'm going to come back to you and ask this question. What is push to pass?
Well, you don't use it on the oval.
Right, but what is push to pass?
Push to pass is a very similar technology to Formula One uses.
Well, DRS, that's a whole other gimmick. But that's a gimmick.
Well, and that's we don't use them here on the oval. The oval,
right.
you have to earn it the old-fashioned way. So, when Jacques Villeneuve fell 2 laps down in the 95 500, he didn't get a wave around. He didn't get it. He earned it back on the racetrack and won the race. Well, he had a little help from Scott Goodyear. We'll give him credit to that. But he had to earn it. He had to get those 5 miles back himself, and he did. Right. So that's how you do it. And it's not meant to be easy. It's not meant to be good on TV. It's just the way that's fair for everybody. And really, the lucky dog was an extension of when the leader would lit up during the yellow and let all the back markers by them and then get their lap back. That was just an extension of that because everyone's like, hey, we still got to have that. Okay, so we'll give you the lucky dog. And I think, what was it? It had to be one of the wall trips that named it that, I'm sure.
Actually, Michael, because at the time he was sponsored by Aaron's, the dog.
It had to be Mike. Oh, and we get the wave around. Cox gets the wave around, and that actually puts him back on the end of the lead lap.
He better run for his life. They're coming to the green here out of turn 4. I think we just got a nickname here on the stream. Eric, please confirm this. Is Dakota known as Chops? If so, I am running with that.
Yes, he is. That's his. I believe that's an alias of his on. We're coming to green on Discord.
Nice. Well, Chops right now is running in 8th. As Isaac Morris 30 to go. We're done pitting unless you want tires. But green flag is out. Here we go.
Rick is all over him. Rick, no room
low. Good move.
Going to the outside of the turn 1.
Not able to make the move. Isaac should. No, he's not going to clear him. Turn 2 is going to get tight. No, he clears him here. Crossover. Crossover.
Rick out right in front of Betsy.
3 wide.
Oh, we got it for the inside. Oh, my goodness.
If there wasn't grass, they would be 5 wide.
Rick on the outside. Turn 3. He's giving him no room.
As you see, the action has turned up at Indianapolis. This race means something to someone, and I mean all these people. Indy Cars, the Indianapolis 500, this is the closest thing this league has to it. The 250, and they are neck and neck for the lead. 28 to go as Isaac Morris continues to hold on.
See, Rick, he's holding his line. He's not giving Isaac any room to budge. He's making him pinch. He's pinching him down there, making him turn that steering wheel to scrub off more speed. Rick on the outside, slightly faster, has the edge. Going into turn 3. Busy looking at the outside, thinking of taking it 3 wide, not going to do it. Side by side, still through turn 3. Coming into turn short shoot, coming into turn 4. Isaac still has a little bit of the advantage.
Oh, almost contact there out of 4.
Yeah, they are just razor thin. You could put pieces of paper in between them.
If you got friends who are not watching anything right now or watching a Monday night football game that, well, we already know who's going to win, you might want to get over here watching this stream. So go tell 2 friends, get them on here, and we are going to see a wild finish here at Indianapolis. Right now is Rayvon, well, he's officially in the lead down the backstretch. He's not going to be clear, though. Can he hold it on the outside? That's tight.
Oh, that's awesome. That is great driving by these 2.
Cohen Evans up to 3rd. Cohen up to 3rd.
They're 2 of the best. Wow. And Evans, after smacking the wall, is back in 3rd.
Let's watch from Evans.
Now, I got to say at some point.
Caution is out. Caution, Faro.
And Rayvon has the lead. Now, do they go back to the last lap?
It should be, laps are counting, so it should be the last transmitter. As Fierro has hit the wall in the Juan Pablo throwback. Caution out for the 5th time.
I think Rick had the nose. Let's see if he gives up the position. He's showing him my scoring is in the lead. 22 position gain.
Oh, contact with Jim Herrick. Herrick clubs on, and whoever's in that Scott Dixon livery gets involved there too. Is that Colby, I think, maybe? Two co-workers. You got plenty of workers going on. Oh, yeah, there's the contact, just a chain reaction.
And those poor guys behind. Where do I go? Where do I go? $25 laps to go.
And we got a couple things we get to take care of here throughout this race real quickly. While we are under caution, I'm going to take care of the sponsors here. We do have the Happy Trails pass of the race. We'll be focusing on that here throughout. I have a feeling that'll be happening later in this race. We will get on board with the Weatherby Photography lap here. We'll get that ride along done. We still got to take care of that. We'll get that here in just a few minutes. The NRW Photography ride along lap. I want to get that properly named. And of course, you are watching the Indianapolis 250, and it is brought to you by the Grublets on Ice. If you have not heard of these guys, you missed the interview earlier. These guys are just like us. They're video gamers, and they're hockey players, and they play NHL 21 against other real people, just like us, as we're racing against real people. They are sponsoring this. They are watching. They actually had a game tonight. Not sure how they did. And, of course, I continue to think in my head, how do these guys fight each other? And not to mention also... here's another question.
Cut you off. I think 10th place on back, all pitted.
Ooh, you can't win if you do the same thing as the leader, I once learned.
Didn't mean to cut you off there,
No,
but I
you're
saw
okay.
them all peel off there, yeah.
But no, the other question I have for those guys is, do you, like, drive or fly over to the other team's, like, house of the guy and maybe pull his shirt over his head somehow? Just a thought.
You know, I'm glad you're mentioning ice, because the winner of today's race is going to get a kind of a piece of ice.
Are you talking about this thingy? I actually have a picture of it right here. This ring on the screen that you're seeing. Look at this beaut. The winner's going to get this ring. Now, hopefully, and for Jim Herrick's pocket's sakes, there's a little bit of a joking bias that hopefully somebody in America wins the race, or else if, say, Isaac Morris...
he's probably rooting for Rick right now, yeah.
Or Julius Altena, one of those guys from, Ireland, or Belux, or Baloo, or I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Sorry, Julian. But, across the pond, that could be a little bit...
It's no Herf Jones. Well, yeah, Julian's from the Netherlands, but it's no Herf Jones. But man, I really would want one. That was another thing that almost got me to come out for today's race. Is a chance at that. I've actually got a chance in real life to see a real life Super Bowl ring and a real life World Series ring, but I've never seen on somebody's finger a real Indy 500 ring. That's one of the things I've still yet to see. And but for someone to even in the virtual world get a real ring like that is something pretty special. So that goes to today's winner. I
still got to find a way to get me a Super Bowl ring from last year, being a Kansas City fan. So I got to ask ZCB96, who is MA? I assume that's a player name, obviously, because this is your favorite Grublet. What a playmaker. Just curious, who is MA? Another person, MA is overrated. Oh, so MA is NFL's version of Amari Cooper. Starts strong, but disappears in mid-season.
Oh. Shots fired to Cowboys fan. Woo.
I feel bad for them this year.
No, you
That's
don't.
more shots fired as a fantasy football player to Amari Cooper.
Colts are doing pretty well this year.
Yeah, Colts with a nice win over Detroit yesterday.
Yeah.
Should mention, too, real quickly, we don't get a chance to mention them too much. LMCgear.com, they're the sponsor of this league. Make sure you do check out that website. Jim Herrick runs it. Plenty of outdoor gear and stuff like that. It's a fun website, a good website to see, LMCgear.com. Also, as you mentioned, there's a YouTube page down in the race info. If you click on that link, it will take you over to the Grublets page. And then also, if you're on Facebook and Twitter, you'll see the Captain TV IR @ You can follow those to Facebook and Twitter and like me and like the pages and stuff.
So, I have.
Thank you.
1 to green. It's
going
to get exciting.
We're coming to,
Rick is going down low. He's not protecting that high side right now. I think he's basically saying, look, you could try me high. You're just not going to pull it off.
But once again, it's a late start. I'm still shocked because if you can get the start, unless
Oh, he does the weave. The weave restart. Oh, nice. Really nice.
Only here on Captain TV does somebody get excited over a weave. All right.
That was great. You just don't see that. You don't see that. And he just has tricks in the back pocket into the inside. We're going to do the snake for the rest of the race, folks. That's just how it's going to be. Look at it. Oh, he pushed the bubble. Oh, my goodness. We almost have contact midway through the backstretch.
I might just let Gary call the race. This is awesome. I'm loving it. Fans, hopefully you are too. But yes, that is Isaac Morris back there. Cohen Evans is like, can y'all figure this out, please?
Evans might just go 3 wide.
Oh, the wheel bang right there. They hit each other. And Rick's going to hold on here.
The Firestone labels have been rubbed off the sides of their left and right side tires. For
Alex
sure.
Van de Sant to third. Here comes Benzie.
Oh, he does the full Brazilian weave. Wow.
And the Pruitt
inside,
fade.
look, oh, he's got the inside.
Oh, he got him.
The inside. Oh, he left it open. Oh, no.
He tried to give him the Pruitt fade. Now we got discussion on chat of who's the most overrated Grublet.
Rick gets credit for that lap. I don't know if that's going to play a role here later, but he got credit for that lap.
As we are at 20 laps to go. Sorry, I'm not checking out much of the other parts of the field as you see Haldane passing DeMett over there because the front, this is where it's been.
Here comes Al10.
Right, and Raven cleared him. But I think Isaac got a little bit more of the draft here. That high line is playing more and more of a role here. And Benzie up to third. Here comes the kid.
Well, what you got is if you're down low and you're getting pinched and you're pushing, you can't keep in the throttle like the guy from the ice speed. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you the guy on the outside can carry the momentum. So Raven had credit for that lap. Come on, pick a side, go.
Altena coming into the picture here. He's underneath Morris for fourth. They're not Morris, but Van de Sant.
At this point, Van de Sant's probably thinking about a points lead. And we're, 20 laps from the end. You want to definitely protect that points lead. And you got
yellow.
Yellow.
Forsyth. Craig Forsyth.
Who had the lead at the last.
And Dan Ench.
Evans. Morris had the lead, I believe, at the last transmitter.
Ooh, things are building. Let's see what happens down the back straightaway here. Tough run for Ench. He had that strategy, and that caution. Oh, he gets hooked by Forsyth. I think Forsyth misjudged. I think he was trying to cut low.
Thing.
Yeah, I think he misjudged.
That's a racing thing.
I think he was like, I want to go high, and he noticed the fade, and he went to cross over, and there was contact. Watch it one more again. Yeah, he's there, and yeah. I think we're going to have to go on board with Ench because that is one heck of a spin. One more time, and we'll see who's on pit road.
Yeah, it looks like he had a big push coming off the 2. Forsyth gets a good run. Look on the outside. Oh, okay, yeah. He's like, I'm not going to make the outside. I'm going to duck to the inside. And by that point, nose beats attenuator, and that's what happened.
The only thing that'll get somebody sicker driving on board of Dan Ench's car is sitting in the teacups at Disney World. Pit stops the leaders.
Late pit dive by Ravon.
Yeah, I was going to say, the only thing you get more dizzier than riding on board with Dan Ench is the teacup ride at Disney.
Now, this is going to be interesting because Rick, because he qualified so far back, he's way
first
at the
pit
back.
stall. Yep.
So he's going to be done with service and be rolling, and Morris...
Is this strictly tires, no fuel?
This could be that. It could be that.
Race off pit road, Alex, or not Alex, but Isaac. I keep calling Isaac Alex and Alex Isaac. But look at this. We got some cars that have stayed out, and these are the cars that pitted at the last yellow. Bobby Wells now leading. Dakota DeMed, and hey, look who's third. Wesley Johnson.
Don't have to stop. Yeah, the driveline guys are going to have to work together here. They don't have to stop. They don't have to stop.
None of them, yeah. And then Wesley Johnson, Charles Teed, and then this is going to get good, boys.
When you got anybody here gets a wave around.
I don't see any.
I don't think anyone's going to get the wave around here. Nope.
All right, streamers, let's throw it out. Who's your picks? Who's going to win this race? Is it going to be a strategy guy, maybe Colby Wells, TI Racing? You got Driveline Sim Sport with Demed. Is it going to be the fast cars like Morris, Ravon, Bensi? Are we going to see more action and somebody out of nowhere win this thing?
Here's a wave around. Interesting. What's going on there? Yeah, just to be noted, Demed and Johnson are teammates. Even though they're not in the same livery, they are teammates.
Okay. So I do want to mention real quickly, you guys part of the Grublets on Ice. When is your next hockey game? Just kind of curious so that we can throw that out there to the viewers who want to watch it. I might even have to come check this out.
And we got some Bensi, Demed, Kobe. Morris is the man. Go Morris.
I say Jimmy Johnson. There's a hell of a call.
Jimmy's still overrated. Jimmy Johnson's overrated right now coming to IndyCar. I'll tell you that much right now.
Hey, now.
So I guess he is getting away from the wave around. That is Elliott Cox.
I mean,
one in the green.
The closest thing we can bring up to Jimmy Johnson would be obviously Kurt Busch a few years back when he showed up and ran pretty well. I mean, he wasn't the fastest, but pretty well. Their next game when their captain gets home from work. So later tonight, apparently. It's their next game.
So he finished 6th that year in a pretty well-prepared Andretti Motorsports car. So I don't think if you don't put him in a well-prepared car, I don't think he's doing nearly as well as he probably did in that race. I will say that Jimmy does have the benefit of Chip Ganassi Racing, which is probably the #2 team in IndyCar racing, even though they did win the championship this year. But you still have to. Nothing is a substitute for seat time in practice. It'll probably be mid-season, I'm willing to bet, before we start seeing good results out of Jimmy. But maybe before, we don't know. But the more you practice, the better you are. Everyone going to the high side to protect that top lane now.
Yeah, we're coming back to the green with Colby Wells. And speaking of a Chip Ganassi car, it's a livery of Chip Ganassi's. The PNC Bank, number 9, even though he's really number 45. But he's coming to the green with Demed T. Johnson. And then the first car on tires is Isaac Morris. This is the farthest back he's been all night. And Ravon got a jump on Morris, I think. Ravon has gone past Morris, who's stuck on the high side. Here comes Bensi. Here comes Demed. Business is picking up, boys.
3 wide. Going into 3.
Oh, he drifts up, almost into Morris under contact.
Contact into the wall.
Oh, no. There goes Altena.
Oh.
Johnson, Altena. That could have been a lot worse.
Poor Julian. Poor Julian. All right, somebody's already burning off fuel. I can already hear them. I don't know who it is, but someone's already burning off fuel. If that you hear that sound with that on the rev limiter, somebody has hit the. They have a clutch map, or they're actually really using the real clutch pedal. And what they're doing is they're putting the clutch and they're flooring the gas and they're trying to burn off gas.
That could have been a lot worse.
That, but I can hear him right now.
No, I'm listening.
One of the leaders. It might be Rick.
Which means they put too much fuel in the car. But anyway,
can we cycle through the
yeah, I will. We're going to do it here in a second. Wesley Johnson got loose. That's what brought that caution out. As he just got loose in the middle of it. It looked like the dirty air caught him into Julian, but that brings out that caution. We're going to let's look at the wreck one more time, and then we'll go on board real quick and see that down into turn 3. You see the Charles Teat car slides up the track, and you see that Napa car just snap loose. Altena hit tub first almost.
It's like the tires climb the wall.
All right, so let's go up here.
He's crab walking that thing back to the pits.
All right, so somebody.
Hear him.
Let's hear it.
It's not the first two cars. It's either Rick on back. Might be Dakota.
You know what? It's Rayvon.
Well.
Rayvon's on the limiter, I think.
Okay, so it's Rick. Rick, if you go to his in-car and you show him on the limiter.
Isaac also.
He's trying to burn off.
Everybody's on the limiter. Isaac, Alex Teed, all these guys on the limiter.
This is a common tactic. You don't hear this in real IndyCar racing.
Yeah, this is
a common tactic. One of those little bugs.
Now
one
Kobe's
of the little
doing
bugs
it.
In iRacing. One of the little bugs in iRacing that you can take advantage of to lighten your car up. It probably needs to be addressed at some point. I've done it myself. You could even do it on pit road to lighten your car before quals, and I know that's kind of in the gray area, but it probably needs to be addressed at some point by iRacing. But that sound, when you hear that sound, it sounds like a machine gun going off in the background. That is a car on the rev limiter trying to burn off excess fuel.
So 28 viewers. Let's get that to 30. Come on, give me 2 more viewers. But 13 laps to go next time by. We'll probably get the green at 11 or 12 to go. And going back to the conversation about Jimmy. Yeah, you look at the practice that Kurt Busch got at Indianapolis, and I think he tested at Auto Club that year. That little bit of practice got him in that car and ready. So, obviously Jimmy ran the test session in Indianapolis. And, obviously the road course and stuff, he's going to have a lot to learn. I definitely accept that. But I think somebody with his talent should be able to at least compete. Might not be able to win, but at least compete.
Oh, I'm sure he will. I mean, you look at the other driver on that Chip Ganassi team, and he's a mid to upper pack driver anyways. If he was with a lesser team, I don't think he would be up there. So I think team matters first of all, and if you got skill is skill. You should be able to do well. IndyCar doesn't race as many ovals as they used to anymore, so he can't really rely on just that oval expertise. But hey, I seem to remember another IndyCar driver that came from California that had a background in off-road trucks as well, and he did pretty well. Who was that? The livery of the guide in third place in this race, Rick Mears. So,
which I believe was Jimmy's idol growing up.
Yes, it is. It still is, yeah.
Well, yeah, obviously. Yeah,
as well as I believe Harvick. That's one of his idols as well. They're both California guys.
Bakersfield boys, both of them, matter of fact. Sorry to Julian Altena. Unfortunate deal for him. But the benefit of Altena reckon is we're up to 29 viewers now. Sorry, I'm selfishly saying that.
Julian probably bruised my hand by hitting the. Yeah, I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you. He was coming. I mean, the last time we saw.
He was being patient. He was running right there, top 10 the whole time. Mm-hmm.
He was. Last time we saw Speeds, he was out of the top 5. He was the fastest in the top 5. He was coming. Fortunately, it's the wrong place, wrong time. So coming to green, 88. So we're gonna go. We'll take the green at 89 of 100. We got Wells up front. DeMade second. He's no slouch. Wells is no slouch. And Rayvon will have a head of steam, as well as Morris and Van de Sant, and the Marlboro cars making an appearance.
Who is going to win the ring for the first time? I wonder if we should name the ring after the driver who wins the race. I'm just throwing it out there, Chris, if you're watching. Here we go. Wells bringing him off of turn 4, going to bring him to the green as Barney the flagman, as Mike Joy from Fox coined him. Big restart jump.
They checked up in the back.
That's the one downfall of starting so late. Looks like everybody's going to get sorted out as Rayvon the second.
With the position.
Contact in the back, 3 wide. And Cohen Evans lost a lot of spots back to 11.
Position on DeMade.
Just notice Cohen is all the way back to 11.
3 wide. Almost to the grass. We're going to go 3 wide.
Morris up the middle.
3. Look, here we go. Oh.
That right there took a lot of you-know-what. Isaac Morris to the lead.
Might have been your move of the race. Rick right behind him. He's tucked in underneath that attenuator. They're going to 3 wide.
Here comes the mid.
Start-finish line.
Dakota going for it.
Rick is hearing the worst thing in his ear right now.
You're in the
3
middle.
wide. You're in the middle. I think Dakota wisely backed out of that one. Discretion is a better part of valor, Dakota, and he has another 10 laps where he can make that up. There's still time. Rick clears. Rick tries to get in front.
Not able to do so. Oh, it's also smoke back there. One car got loose back there. I think that was Haldane, but he saved it as Isaac Morris is all but clear.
Rick leads at the line. Again, that could be critical. They're going to go side by side in 2 laps. If Rick can lead at the line, doesn't matter.
He's going to clear him here. Isaac needs to slide up right now. He almost had a chance to slide there. I think if that's the final lap, I think Isaac slides up. Eventually, you got to take it. You got to stop giving. You have to take. Give an inch, take a mile. Like right, he's not clear yet. It's close.
Well, and I think Dakota has to drive a little defensively too, because if these two come in contact with each other, it could very easily reflect him. He wants to be in a position where he can be as safe as possible, because if they collect those two, then he inherits the lead, and to go, he would be restarting the race with very few laps left after a caution.
Still tire to tire.
Side by side into turn 3. Rick's giving him no room.
So close. Morris trying everything he can in that car to try to clear. Oh! Did Rick blink there for a split second, I think?
And at the line. Whoa.
Wow.
Rick at the line. Rick at the line.
By 8, or I should say with 8 laps to go.
He makes the move on Dakota. He is now up to 3rd.
Isaac is, I want to say he's clear, but I got a bad angle on the camera. Bensy back there about 3/10, just kind of holding on. He took 3rd from DeMed. Oh, he pushed him wide. Morris pushed Raybon wide.
It's okay. That's okay.
Plenty of time.
Let yourself get in the slipstream.
Problem is Bensy's going to have momentum here. Here he comes.
Bensy's got to pull it off on the outside, though.
Raybon blocks. Here he comes.
3 wide.
Oh, he cleared him.
Oh, he got him. He cleared him in the short chute. Stay low. Stay low. Stay low. Snake starts down low to the apron. Back up to the top. Back down to the apron. Into turn 3.
Isaac coming for 4th back there behind DeMed. Or Isaac. Alex
pushes up a little bit.
Alex.
We
got a wreck and a wreck in 3.
Yellow.
I think, trying to see who's all in this wreck. I think Cohen might be in it. Cohen Evans is one of the guys in the wreck.
The champ.
He's got damage. Now, I keep calling Isaac Alex and Alex Isaac. Don't ask why. But I'm sorry to both of them. I'm too excited. Oh, you know what? Kobe Wells got turned and trying to see who that other car is. Oh, you know who it is? It's Charles Teed. Teed gets into the Kobe Wells and Cohen gets a piece of it. So if your name started with C, you do not like this wreck.
Well, let's take a look at the top 10 now as it shakes out. You got Raybon, Morris, Bensy, Van de Sant, DeMade, Miller. Herrick is now up to 7th. Shout out to him. Gould in 8th, Inch in 9th, and Wells now showing in 10th.
So Colby gets into, or Charles gets into Colby, and Cohen gets involved. The only C's not involved in that wreck, Caleb Bensy and Craig Forsyth.
14 cars still on the lead lap, and still showing Evans on the lead lap.
So we're looking at about a...
Oh, are we going to do a pump fake here? What are we going to do? Nope, they're going to pump fake.
I'm sure somebody's pitting.
I would.
Colby
I mean, at
Wells,
this point, you got
Claiborne.
nothing to lose.
And caution, going to bring green out probably here at 2 laps to go. And you know what? We're going to have to do what we're going to do. We're going to have to get on board with a car probably here for this restart and do the ride-along lap. We have not got that in, and we do appreciate NRW Photography. We apologize. This race has been so excited. We'll get you guys taken care of here.
I think the best spot seat in the house right now is Caleb.
Caleb, that's what I'm
put
thinking.
The camera in on him and have that looking forward at those two. That might be the best action all day long. Rick up 22 spots.
Definitely making up for that mistake I'm assuming he made in qualifying, running out of time.
And you know what? I would give a shout out to Justin Miller. He's up 10.
Yep.
Thomas Gould's been up there all day. He's up 16. This is hard. These conditions are hard. I mean, I was out there with these guys before the green flag in practice. These are not ideal conditions. You can't just keep your car on the same setting and turn left, turn left, turn left, turn left. You have to adjust it, and behind someone, it gets worse.
You obviously know Rick very well.
Yes.
If you're in his head right now, what's his brain going? What's it thinking?
Rick knows now that he has the car to get up there. This is his track. Okay, this is his favorite track. He idolizes everything Indianapolis and Rick Mears. This is his place. He is I don't know very many IndyCar drivers on iRacing that are better on ovals than he is. He's probably a little excited, but he's been doing this long enough that he's going to bring them well under control. We're not going to have any wheel spin. He's going to protect that inside again, and he's going to do whatever it takes to protect that inside line and to come around with the checkered flag.
If you're Isaac Morris, what are you thinking?
I got to get a jump on this guy. I absolutely got to get a jump on this guy. And I'm at a disadvantage because I don't know exactly when he's going to push that pedal, but I absolutely need to stay next to him. Now, the draft is going to help me out, but Rick doesn't have anyone in front of him, so he doesn't have to worry about any aero conditions, whereas I have someone in front of me and I'm going to have to worry about that. And on top of that, I got someone else behind me who's just as hungry and the points championship. And they'll want to maximize their points day. But the first two guys are not in the points championship. I don't want to call them mercenaries or hired guns or Indy-only guys. They're just not involved in that high of the points championship right now. Even though Rick finished second in one race this year and then Isaac won the last race. The two guys in the points championship are 3 and 4 right there.
So what we're going to do here for this restart, it's going to be the NRW Photography ride-along lap. We are going to somehow try to be quiet for a whole entire lap here on this restart. But we are going to ride with Caleb Bensey for this lap around Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We got to pay the bills here, so let's get NRW Photography taken care of here on this lap as they come to the green. Enjoy a lap around Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and if it stays green, we'll call them back to the finish with 2 to go. But right here, the NRW ride-along lap, NRW Photography ride-along lap with Caleb Bensey. We're going to shut up and let you enjoy the restart.
That time around.
Yep, and that was your NRW Photography lap here brought to you by NRW Photography. As look at Alex Van de Sand going to third. 2 laps to go. And they are side by side for the lead.
Into 3, side by side. You're down to 5 turns to go. Here we go.
And they are coming. They're going to see the white flag. If they get to the white flag, this race ends under green. White flag, final lap.
Barely.
Here we go.
Rick led barely. So excited we can't say a darn word right now.
Down the back straightaway for the final time. Ravon. Morris. Does Bensy do anything here? Side by side to turn 3. Isaac Morris trying to clear him. Down into 4. They're both wide open. They're tight.
Out of turn 4.
Ravon's going to run.
Who's going to win it?
Here comes Bensy. 3 wide coming to the line. At the stripe.
Ravon.
Ravon, I think. It's showing Bensy on my screen.
Wait a minute.
I got Bensy.
It's Bensy on my screen as well.
Oh my gosh. Caleb Bensy, I believe, has won this race. And I think he lagged across the line too. Yeah, it's showing Caleb Bensy.
0.00.
Bensy's so shocked he ran into somebody.
0.003 is the margin of victory.
That would be 3/1000ths of a second. Caleb Bensy has just won the Indianapolis 250, the rookie. Yeah, Caleb blinked crossing the line. Literally, I'm watching it on the stream right now.
Amazing. Rick's got nothing to be. Now he knows.
Nobody has nothing to be ashamed of here.
Yeah, Rick's got nothing to be ashamed of. Isaac, he led the most laps today, I believe. He's drove his butt off. We've known that Caleb was going to win at some point, just a matter of time. So not surprised that he did win. The man has a talent, and he's on the right team. It really reminded me of that Freedom 100 finish where that car just gets that massive draft, aided by the first 2 cars, and just pulls right up and sneaks the win. And that's what happened. But hey, you got to be in it to win it, and he kept the car there all day long. And at one point, he wasn't even in the top 3 with a couple laps to go, and he worked his way back up there. So props to him, props to the Race First team, and the boss man Matt for hiring him on. Still doing donuts on pit road.
Why not? Celebrate it, young man. The Grublets are happy. Everybody's happy. What a finish that was. Oh, I know a few people are probably disappointed, but what a finish as Caleb Bensy has won the Indianapolis 250 powered by Grublets on ice. That is how you do a finish right there. Let's look at the final results. Caleb Bensy, and according to my screen, it shows 1/1000th of a second. It's showing 2 now on this screen, so somewhere in the thousandths of range is Caleb Bensy winning over Rick Ravon. Isaac Morris, 13/100ths of a second. Can you imagine that? You're going to tell your friends tomorrow, hey, I finished 13/100ths off the win. Oh, good job. Where'd you finish? 3rd? What?
Yeah.
Isaac finishing 3rd. Alex Van de Sand 4th. Dakota DeMed top 5 with the older tires. Justin Miller 6th. Thomas Gold, Jim Herrick, Dan Ench comes back to 9th. Brad Haldane 10th. Colby Wells 11th. Charles Teed, Cody Claiborne, Elliott Cox 14th. Scott Bellum 15th. Cohen Evans finishes 16th. That is going to hurt him points-wise. Dan Marrera 17th. Wesley Johnson 18th. Looking at the rest of the field, Julian Altena 19th, 20th, Craig Forsyth, 21st, Joe Fierro, Matt Houston, 22nd, Scott Barkman, 23rd, Gavin Smith, 24th, Sean Stevens finishing 25th, and the rest of these guys did not race, including last place, Gary Godso. Nope, you beat Marion, never mind.
Well, that last place does get money, so I'll go ahead and take it. I'm looking at the replay right now, and I'm at the freeze frame,
Freeze frame.
and they're probably at a car length away from the bricks, and Caleb's car disappears. And I don't think we will be able to see them crossing the line. That's why I yelled Ravon, because I saw Ravon clear that last one. And I didn't see the other car, and he does not pop in. I'm looking here,
and I can see where
he does not pop. He does not pop in until.
If you look at it frame by frame, Caleb has the momentum on the inside.
He does. He doesn't pop in until he's almost to the pylon next, to the scoring pylon. So yeah, that's weird. We've seen enough cases of netcode tonight that.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Oh my gosh! Maybe we get to interview these guys. Whew, let's take a deep breath here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So, I think we know what our Happy Trails Pass at the race is going to be. Just a thought there, real quickly.
That's yeah. There was one that we thought we were going to give it to earlier, but you know what? Nothing beats that.
No. Caleb joins us here in Victory Lane. I don't know what else to say, dude. 2 1,000ths of a second after what was your worst race in this season. 3 1,000, somewhere between 1 and 3. You finished first, and you won the Indianapolis 250, Caleb.
Oh man, I don't know what to say. That was that was very unexpected. I can genuinely say after last week in Monza, terrible finish, I was pretty content to stay there in third. But yeah, getting into that last lap on the back straight, I was able to clear Alex, and he wasn't able to stick with me. So I knew I had a shot at just focusing on the front two, and nailed 3 and 4, and was able to get a big run off the corner and just get to the inside. I couldn't tell if I got it, but
so the responsibility, I believe, of providing that photo finish proof is going to lie on you, because for all of us, about a car length from the bricks, your car disappears and doesn't reappear until it almost gets to the scoring pylon. So the only way we knew you won is when timing and scoring told us. But when you visually saw the cars cross the yard of bricks, it was Rick. So we know you won, but we gotta have you gotta have that picture to show everyone how close it is. That's gonna rely on you, man. That's gonna be on the client side.
Oh, hopefully Matt got a picture of that. I was iRacing. I didn't know that even happened. Yeah, I don't think I blinked or anything the whole race, and they all saw me there. So
yeah, definitely save your replay. Definitely save your replay.
So I got to ask the obvious question there. You had the restart, and those two are side by side this whole entire race, or not the whole entire race, but it seemed like the whole entire race. What is your strategy at that point? You're like, all right, is that a move that you're like, all right, I think I can pull this off, or is it just kind of like fly to the seat of your pants? This is what I got to do.
That was a move I wasn't gonna pull off. Unless it was a finish. I don't really want to go 3 wide into turn 1. I mean, it's probably not going to end very well for any of us. So, unfortunately, you can't really do that much. And Alex kept getting run on me because of that, because I just kind of sit back there and wait. But, yeah, that was just a spur of the moment. I got through 3 and 4 really well, and I had a great draft coming off the corner. So, yeah, I probably wouldn't have done that unless it was coming to the finish. So, thankfully, I was able to get that opportunity and take advantage of it.
Were you ever getting behind someone? You're like, just move, so I could pick a line and go. I'd imagine, and then on top of that, you just wanting someone to go. You're behind these two guys, so you don't have a lane to get clean air. So, I mean, how much are you adjusting your bars and pedaling it and shifting to keep it down and push, and the aero push from not affecting? I mean, you're not. This is not a walk in the park for you back there by any means. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Even with fresh tires.
Yeah, definitely not. Downshift helped. I was a little more aggressive on the roll bars there on that last little stink, so just sort of run. Yeah, pretty forward on the weight jacker too, just to try and get any front grip, because air wash and loss of front grip in that dirty air, especially behind two guys side by side, was not great. So just trying to hang in there and have a shot. And thankfully, I had a bit of a gap going into 3 and 4 on that last lap, which allowed me to get through there pretty clean. So Yeah, it's and they'll probably look simple and straightforward on the broadcast, but yeah, these were pretty tricky to drive today.
Well, with this win, you're going to take the points lead with 4 races left in your first ever season here. Tell me that feeling.
Yeah, that's amazing. I honestly, I didn't know what to expect coming in here this year. I was hoping for a top 5 and started off pretty well. Obviously, Monza didn't go the way I wanted to, but yeah, to be first right now, that's definitely a big positive, and hoping to continue that. Pretty happy with it.
Not to mention, you got a ring coming your way.
Yeah, that's not too bad either, is it?
No, not at all.
So do you
cool.
do you have milk in the fridge?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, you need
Yep,
to
we expect
go
photos.
have some milk.
We expect photos.
I won one of these races a little while ago and just totally forgot to do that. So glad I get another shot at it.
You owe it to yourself.
There you go.
Nice job, Caleb. Send a shout out to whoever you want to, bud.
Yeah, I just want to thank Matt Houston and everyone at Race First again. Matt's been a great help in getting me in the series and getting me up to speed and help me out whenever I need it. And yeah, I want to thank Race First for all they've done to help me as well. And check out their broadcast, always great. And yeah, just got to be a part of that team and be in this situation.
All right, Caleb. Well, congratulations. Somewhere between 1 and 3/1000ths of a second. You just won the Indianapolis 250 powered by Grublets on ice. You got a ring coming your way. You just won the biggest race in this series. Go celebrate with the family. And, yep, so Alex said he posted a milk photo. You got to see one now, too. So congratulations on that, bud.
Yeah. One's on the way.
Nice. Caleb Bensi,
Thank you guys.
winner of the 3rd Indianapolis 250 is we're bringing a guy that last week put on a show up here in the booth with Gary and myself, and today put on a show in this race. He started all the way back in 23rd position and unfortunately falls 3, 2, or 1, somewhere in that range, thousandths of a second out of victory lane. Rick Rivon, I'm assuming you're not happy right now and probably trying to figure out what you could have done different.
I really couldn't have done much different, to be honest with you. I knew that I had Morris because I was able to work the outside pretty good, and I knew that I would beat him to the line. I knew exactly how to do it. He beat me to the line a couple times, but I knew what I did wrong. And so, if we stayed side by side, but, here comes, is it Bensi, I think it was? Here comes Bensi. He snuck by the both of us. So 0.02 of a second. Hey, look, you know what? I'll take it after the start that I had because I started way in the back because I kind of messed up qualifying there. And so I decided to start in the pits, to avoid an early wreck because there's a lot of cars out there and it was very, very slippery conditions. This setup wasn't really conducive to close racing, only on fresh tires. So I knew that. I mean, I figured that it's a good field. It's a field of quality drivers, but I figured that the the wreck was most likely going to come. I mean, chances are with the setup and people getting used to it, and it came, and I was able to work my way back up. And you know what? The Gould charge was just really hooked up. I was able to work the outside, and I was able to get around guys like that. But once I got to the front, I was battling out with Morris, and like I said, I knew I would have him because I got the outside. We touched one time in one of those corners. It got me a little sideways. That was a little bit unnerving, but I said, all right, just go get it back, man. Just stay calm. Everything's cool. And I went and got it back. But I'll tell you, if that yellow didn't come out, I think I would have had him.
I agree.
Yeah, you definitely you put on a show coming from the pits. That's even more bigger of a story than There's my English. Bigger of a story than starting 23rd. I mean, you start in the pits pretty much and work your way up here to this. And you had the Highline roll, and it seemed like on a longer run, you had a car that was pretty darn fast.
Well, it was. I finally got to figure out the roll bars and the weight jacker, and I think I hit it. I really just hit it just perfect, and so I was able to roll past people on the outside. And as because I was working the outside, I think I was able to save my tires throughout the run. So when their tires were going down, mine were still pretty well hooked up. And that's how I was able to reel guys in. I don't want to tell anybody, but that's the secret that I used for tonight's race.
Well, it worked.
Well, dude,
it worked.
Well, dude, I'm I mean, you're my teammate and all, and I'm just insanely proud of you. How you came from the back, you overcame some adversity by smacking the wall. Got a little fortuitous luck there with a caution after pitting out of cycle. I was just at the top of my voice yelling for you. And I really thought you win because Bency, if you go on your replay and see it, you'll probably see him disappear about a car length away from the start finish line. So we don't really have the photo finish. And I saw you cross first, and I'm like, you got it. And all of a sudden, all of our scoring screens updated at the same time. And I'm like, oh, but you know, he had that Freedom 100 run that you get from that third or fourth spot, and you can just sneak right on in. But man, you got nothing to be ashamed of. I am so proud of you. I'm so proud to be associated with you. I'm just so glad that I had a part in helping you out and figuring this out, even if it was second place. I'm glad that you did so well.
Well, I really appreciate the props there, Gary. That means more to me than you know. It's real nice to have that kind of support, and I just want to congratulate Caleb. He did a fantastic job. He played his cards right, and the tires were still fresh. He was following me and Isaac Morris there, and a couple more laps, and he wouldn't have been able to stay so close going through 1 and 2. And there's no way he would have got that run. But I'm thinking I might file a protest because he didn't actually cross the finish line. he actually did disappear. I technically, if you look at the replay, you can't deny I did cross the finish line first. So I think that's a bunch of hogwash right there.
Oh, geez, 1981 all over again. Here we go. All right. Well, Rick, send shout-outs to whoever you want to, bud.
Let's see. Caleb Bency, fantastic job. Isaac Morris, thanks for racing me clean. That's the way to do it, brother. Nice and racing hard and racing clean. I know we touched one time, and I know you didn't mean it because you don't race like that. Van de Sant, Dakota, Justin Miller, Thomas Gould, all those guys, man. I was coming up through the field. My brother in Christ, Dan Ench, awesome guy. Colby Wells, all of these guys, they raced so good today. And I'm proud of the whole field, man. We had a couple of late cautions, but we had some long green flag runs there, and I think for the most part everybody did a fantastic job. And I want to give a shout to you guys, obviously, up here in the booth with Captain TV. I can't wait to hear the replay, even though I lost the race. Darn it! Can't wait to watch the replay. I'm sure it was exciting because you guys do a fantastic job in the booth. And of course, I want to thank the league owner, longtime associate of mine in sim racing, Matt Houston. Thanks so much for everything that you do. And LMC gear, you guys got to go out and get the LMC gear. It's the best gear in the world. I'm telling you, everybody loves it. Ask anybody. LMC gear, you've got to get your gear. Get that gear on.
It was almost a Dick Vitale impersonation there to a point without the voice. Well done, sir. Well, hey, nice job finishing second. Congrats on that. You're a good sport. You definitely hear it in your voice. I know you're a proud man and a humble guy, and that's definitely cool to see, and we appreciate that, and we appreciate your time.
No, thank you very much. Thanks so much again for the kind words. I just tried my darndest to get there, get to the checker flag first. We just came up short. But thanks so much. God bless you.
Absolutely. You too, sir. As Rick Ravon finishing in the second position. I'm just going to move to the admin booth for now until he knows where he wants to go. Let's
We have third place.
I'm looking for him.
It's the admin.
Hey, it is the admin. He was in third. I don't see nobody's in the LMC Gear channel. Anyways, Chris joins us. Hello, Chris. I don't know if you wanted to talk or not.
Oh, Isaac. Isaac is in the TI. He's in the TI channel.
Oh, is Alex in TI? Oh, or Isaac? Yeah. Yes. I don't know what the deal is tonight.
You did it again.
I'm going to penalize myself so bad tonight. Oh my gosh. I'm going to slowly say this one. Why can't I move him to the booth? Let's just drag him up here, I guess, or somebody drag him for me. There you go. Isaac Morris finishing third in this race. Isaac, the mood for you right now after a third place run?
I'm okay. At first I was a bit annoyed, I will admit. When I crossed the line and I saw my name go to third, I did take it out on my leg a little bit. So yeah, I was a bit annoyed, but at the end of the day, it's Indy. You could lead every single lap and then that'd be it. On the last lap, someone just gets a good run out of turn 4 and that could be it. you lose the race just like that. And Matt was saying to me in the week that Indy's a lottery. You've got to be lucky. He said it's 50% skill, 50% luck, and sometimes your luck and skill can run out. So you just got to take it and leave it, basically. But at the end of the day, I'm happy with the P3. Way better than last year. Last season, sorry. So yeah,
Well, the racing with Rick, you guys put on a show. I know you were on the bottom, and it was killing you speed-wise through the corners. But to be able to hold still there and hold steady. I mean, a couple times I thought you were clear, and I'm like, that's so close. I mean, how bad did you just want to slide up and be like, this is mine?
I probably shouldn't say, because
every single time.
Yeah, I just wanted to be like, Rick, get out of the way. But that's in the heat of the moment, unfortunately. But great respect for racing from Rick. Honestly, I don't do Indy ovals or anything like that. As you guys know, I'm a road racer, and to be racing against Rick like that was just purely amazing. Like, it felt so good. And I know Rick's quite a good oval racer, and to be racing against him like that felt really amazing. And even though I didn't win the race, I feel like I've come away learning something today. So yeah.
Well, the good news is you get to go back on the road courses next week. We'll travel up north and hit the home of the Canadian Grand Prix up there in Canada, and fun track there. I'm sure you're looking forward to that.
Yeah, Montreal, great track. Been watching it since 2007 in the Formula One. Love the circuit. It flows, it dips, it goes right as well as left. So yeah, really looking forward to it.
Well, Isaac, you did a fantastic job tonight. I believe you led the most laps, obviously, in this race, finishing 64. In the third position. I'm sorry?
64.
64 out of 100 laps. So you borderlined pulling a Schefter, but you didn't wreck. That's the one difference. But you finished third, and still be proud of that. And first and third, your first two starts, nothing to be ashamed of. Send shout-outs to whoever you want to.
So first of all, I'd like to thank our main sponsor tonight, which is Grublets on Ice, and want to give a huge shout-out to Frenchie and MA. And also thanks to Chris, because he does all this for our team. And also shout out to Jim and everyone who's been running TI as a whole, doing a fantastic job. So yeah, I think that's it.
We did a great job, and we appreciate your time, Isaac, and congrats on your.
Yeah, I could hear it. I could hear it in your voice that you're disappointed, and there's like 30 other drivers or 25 other drivers or whatever the vote count that would probably switch in a minute where you are. So congratulations. You did everything you had to do, man. You left nothing out there. So don't be down. Don't be down. You did great.
Thank you. Oh, absolutely. One last thing as well. Want to say congrats to Rick on P2, and a congrats to Caleb, that's it, sorry, for winning the race. Mm-hmm. So yeah, congrats to those guys. So that's it for me.
Nice job.
Sport. Congrats.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Absolutely. As we get ready to wrap this thing up, and Chris, I think you can hear us still there. What a wild race this was.
That was definitely different, especially stepping back and watching my boys run. I'm proud of all of them. Colby did really good, Julian did really good, and Isaac did really good. Especially for Isaac, he's a road course racer, so every now and again stepping on these ovals, it's quite a difference for him, but he always comes up big for us. He's one of my top drivers. I couldn't ask for a better one out there.
Well, what a fantastic race it was, Chris. happy for your guys, and happy for everybody involved in this series. This was a fantastic race, and I might have to go back and watch this myself. And I don't usually watch my own races because I always feel like it's weird listening to myself talk. That's just me. But I might have to go back and watch this one. But we'll definitely see you next week, potentially in Canada.
Sounds good. Thank you, guys. And thanks again to Grublets on Ice and Frenchie and Emma who watched this whole broadcast. Thank you, guys. We really appreciate y'all.
Absolutely. So, Gary, before we...
is that the overrated MA that we kept hearing about?
Apparently.
I think it might have been. Maybe. I don't know.
All right. So, Chris is gone. And as you see, I'm rewinding the videotape because I think it's pretty easy to tell here as we... I'll just hit that button right there. I'm going to get everything off the screen here real quickly as we bring on the Happy Trails seasoning, chili seasoning, of course, pass of the race. And I'm going to let you describe this one. What a wild finish this was. But it is the spicy overtake with Happy Trails. If you we're going to watch here as the world champion Tom Hoover's Happy Trail chili seasoning mix. Just add beef, tomato, and tomato sauce and water, and you've got world championship chili. And, of course, the spicy overtake is the pass for the win. Caleb Benty, as we watch all the way through 3 and 4 here. What a move. Rick has got Isaac pinned down. Caleb gets the momentum, and Caleb is able to shoot to the bottom here and make the pass.
This is what I call the Freedom 100 finish, where you have two cars running side by side that are punching a huge hole in the air, and they leave a hole open up wide enough for somebody else to slip through with the aid of that slipstream. And with a good run off of turn 4, look right here, he's got a good run. He's got two guys punching a big hole. Pull down to the inside, get him shifted up to 6th gear, momentum, and boom, there's your winning move right there. That's how it's done.
There you go. Your spicy overtake of the race brought to you by world champion Tom Hoover's Happy Trail chili seasoning mix. And I do want to give one more shout out to NRW Photography because I didn't get their logo up there on the screen. But make sure you do check out NRW Photography on Facebook. Nick Weatherby and those guys do a great job. Some great photos. I'm sure they'll have some of this race here. But make sure you check out NRW Photography on Facebook also. And to our big-time race sponsors tonight, of course, Grublets on Ice. Make sure you check them out. I think they're going to be in action here in a few minutes on YouTube somewhere, I believe. If you guys have a link there, go ahead and post it on my channel. And you can face off. There you go. Yeah, face off. Puck drop, as they like to say, coming up in a few minutes. So before we go, Gary, your final thoughts on this third Indianapolis 250.
You know that I've been excited about this all week. And sometimes when you get to a race and after the race is over, it's just like it kind of let you down. It wasn't exciting nearly as you thought it was. This met all expectations completely. It had drama. It had agony, defeat. It had excitement. It had everything that you could possibly have. You had fantastic comebacks. You had unfortunate breaks. Everything that you would have in theater or in a movie you saw here today. It was an exciting finish. It was even better than last year's race. So I'm glad it met all expectations. And .003 or 002 or 001 margin of victory, I think illustrates that point. So I'm very excited that we put on a great show. I hope everyone at home likes it. I hope everyone at home tells their friends to come check out the stream later. Come back and watch us next week when we go to Montreal. And if you liked what you saw today and you're like, hey, I want to participate with these guys, check them out on iRacing, the lmcgear.com iRacing Indy Car Series. And join the fun. But this is pretty indicative of this, guys. It's a really clean racing, a lot of good head-to-head, wheel-to-wheel action. And, when they say Rubbin's racing, that's NASCAR. Rubbin's not racing with IndyCar. And these guys showed that you can race that close, even in a computer simulation, and still come out of the onto the other side without wrecking the entire field. So these guys did a great job, and I'm glad it met all of my expectations.
It's kind of funny you say NASCAR. A lot tonight, we've had a lot of connections with NASCAR and IndyCar. Of course, me growing up on the NASCAR side, you on the IndyCar side. 1981, you made mention of the finish and the controversial finish. You know what else happened in 1981? Talladega 500. Everybody go look it up. Okay, Terry Labonte and Darrell Waltrip coming side by side off of turn 4. They were so focused on themselves. Here comes young Ron Bouchard into the tri-oval to the bottom, making it 3 wide and winning the race. Talking about going full circle, look how tonight finished. And we brought up 1981 a whole bunch, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
There you go. So, with that being said, we're off to Canada next week. The Circuit Gilles Villeneuve and Montreal. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll be on the air at our usual time, 7:45, and we will go from there. But congratulations to Caleb Bensey. He has won the ring. He's the point leader now and also the winner, and always will be known as the winner of the Indianapolis 250 powered by Grublets on ice. If somebody gets mad at you and says this is just a game, as you just saw by that race, it's iRacing. See ya.
Good night.